attention being drawn towards this A side. Secret doing a little bit of a lurk on himself. Spots out the Marshall. He's gonna try to draw attention and rotations back towards A.
And if you're a Boom at this point as well, I mean, it's just sending off a lot of question marks in your heads. Like, is it gonna be an A hit? I'm not entirely sure just yet. Nats still by his lonesome up around garage. It becomes quite risky, especially once the smoke begins to fade. Holds on to another one.
I've got your trail.
Fake TPs just to try to bait out a reaction. And it might confirm enough information. Shiro does not have the guns, and unfortunately, the first line of defense has fallen.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. Defo and NZ Slasher, making things interesting. Weapons available to be picked up.
Set off by himself. Gets silenced. Defo still tries. An entire site engulfed in smokes. Makes a big hop down. No reactions just yet. Clears out backside, but Poppy knows this all too clear. The stealth.
That's a TP play does not. And then the flood off the side. It was nice shots coming through from Boom, but still not enough to convert the round. I think the money should be a little bit better at least for this round, but the ultimates are slowly coming online for the Now squad as well. Orbital Strike. Mo just won off his overdrive. And as you mentioned, Quack, you asked for a timeout. You're getting one now.
I don't know about this crucial juncture, though. It's starting to come down a little bit. Maybe too late, but it would be away from just actually getting their ults online. So there's a slight chance, I would like to think and believe.
A little bit difficult for him to get an ult, but he can post up, right? Find a kill with the op, get that ult online. You can use that for a re. Meanwhile, now looks like they just want a full set.
Again, Mojer perhaps able to take down Ramp real quick. Fight! Oh, but the answer is still so good. Now it's being able to break it apart. You've got Poppy all of a sudden up towards the top now. And the spike getting planted.
Need to save this.
No.
Death process.
I don't know, maybe give it a bit of time. Look at Zero. Two dinks back to back. Spots onto the last. Secret. Prevent the spike from exploding. Contradictory to their name. 7 to 11.
The smoke. You think that Nows are not gonna watch for it? Instead, squad 2 versus 3, an impossible money economy. Horrible for now. Get shield with this up.
This should be Booms. But at the same time, I can pull off some unsuspecting, unorthodox plays. Sudden light speed goes through. A Nightfall in response, quickly ripped. Just one player noted, however. It might be false information. At the same time, you got players from Boom pushed all the way past Sewer.
This is so swift, Quack. They are not aware whatsoever. This timing is impeccable.
Oh, got dimensional drift as well, but there goes Nakia. The spike has cannot answer.
What is this resurgence from Boom? Off the back of the 2 veterans coming in with a clutch round.
30 seconds left.
Everyone has now stepped up. Nakia and Nets, the aggressive duo pushing. Boom. Still alive. 8 rounds now on the board. Now forced to go for this save.
10 seconds
Have to have
left.
the only one with a rifle going into the next round.
Oh my god.
I think they should be able to buy up at the very least. Convergent parts and the overdrive available for Mojer. So again, very thin lines, a lot of ultimates on the cards. Defo's got his Viper Spin, Nakia's got his Showstopper. Depends on which site you choose to fight for.
And that's what it all comes down to, isn't it? I mean, you gotta read for how some of these sites are gonna be hit as well. Thinking about the potential ultimates at hand. We've got 3 ultimates on each side. A timeout now called. You can bet there's going to be something big coming in the next round or so. And Boom, I mean, if they get the wrong read, the wrong call, things can go south so quick. This is, after all, however, their opponent's map pick, so perhaps not the worst thing in the world.
The worst stuff, I think you might as well. I think one of their players are going to be lacking in terms of the weaponry. Maybe Mojo can take that things. I'm very curious to see where Shiro's going to be propped up, right? With that op in hand, if he finds a nice opening pick, it could just mean the world for Boom.
That's a good point. I mean, his position wasn't noted in the previous round because most of it came down onto the other parts of the map. But right now, he's playing quite safe. Gate crash off into garage. 3 players close by from Naos. Then again, Naos might be angling back towards middle. Well, straight on through. They're just diving again. Continuing to clear all the rest of A main. Now it's Naos to push all the way through. Shiro undetected, even though onto site, it's not a secure plant. Seeker and Poppy have to dig deep.
They've got a conversion pass. That's the only thing that Naos have in this one.
Not quite sending it off just yet. Poppy, initial investigative looks, but Shiro still landing the flick. Oh, Showstopper sidestepped, but unfortunately not enough. Just a bit of damage, and until NC Slasher comes in for the finish, it's not.
He will find his impact regardless of the situation. How does he pull that off? Initial fight, Mojo gets the access. They catch on itself. 7 HP the difference. Poppy tries his best to be aggressive, but again, it's Shiro to keep him honest. Triple kill for the IGL. And we go again.
And oh, and Shiro's here. This time he gets caught! It's plays like these! You can't expect it. Shiro tried to step ahead, but no. Now the Seekers reveal the positions right through the toxic screen. Convergent paths. Here comes Moser. Oh, still though, Defo's good for at least 2. Nats in with quick response. Down to the site itself. Boom will not let up. They will.
Double digits now, Quack. 1 round, the difference between these 2 squads. They're literally going blow for blow. Full sending it straight through. Convergent paths hit. But the teammates of Boom, they flood straight back in. Final kill to be secured onto Secret. Big timeout now being taken by Naos. This is the last one for both of these squads. Both teams having purchased up into this one. Nats should be able to buy a rifle in as well. Op still in the hands of Shiro. The only ultimate of relevance, it's gonna be the orbital strike. How does Naos make the most out of that and actually get onto match point first? Because
It really calls to how Boom kind of want to position themselves. This orbital, I mean, do you really use it to take space at this point in the game?
yeah, that's the discussion, right, Quack? There's no right or wrong answer. It's about who's gonna get it over the line.
Oh my god.
Right? You can have as much theory as you want, but Boom are playing it so tall. Naos, full presence towards mid. But guess what? The off has repositioned here as well. This might be a great call coming in for Shiro.
Okay, Trailblazer. Nobody's helping him shoot it down though. Uh-oh. He's just gonna have to quickly get out. Reveal some positioning, but lo and behold, Nats and Defo quickly ready.
Cover going out.
Redeployment of the mid smoke. I think Naos just want to disrespect it.
There. Back in a flash.
Trying to light speed to refract right back. Oh, it's good with the relay bolt as well. No response from Nats. Shiro in position, but he has to land the flicks. It's so tough with verticality added into this play now. Naos takes down the B site. Retake quick as well though. Defo just trying to look for more angles. No one's showing up from rafters, which means the rest of them are all below. Boombot used earlier on as well, however, and that means it's a little bit more difficult. Fortunately, still good peaks, good shots coming through. Secret with a quad.
Off the back of that timeout, Naos have found their rhythm. They've finally cracked the curse. Straight dashing towards heaven. Nats gets blindsided. Shiro, crucial shot there, misses it. And that was the round-winning kill. Try to flood in towards the site. They had the money, might as well try, but they're just gonna feed the entry their own ults. It's only just Shiro. Off of that, that's the closest.
Oh, the positions again. Oh, this time caught. It's just Poppy alongside Motor, and they're both inside garage.
Wow, they tried to go back-to-back, Quack. A rehit of the same strat that worked. This time, Defo says, this side is mine, or at least this position. Peeks out of the smoke down towards mid, catches backs turned. Gives his team a bit more of a breathing room. But ultimate still 45 seconds. Do they want to try it at all? That's the question.
Given their current economy, kind of feels like they can. Now you can see on the minimap, quick rotations, reactions all across. If you're dying at this point, you're also giving alt points to possibly Shiro, possibly Defo. and that could hurt. But as you said,
100%.
overtime or bust.
One enemy remaining.
Boom knows it. Naos knows it. It's all in or nothing, and Poppy will
Who just got his Viper's Pit off of this round. You mentioned it, right? You're feeding the ult orbs to Boom. Defo, with that spike diffuse, he's gotten his Viper's Pit for what is going to be the last round of regulation. Massive swing out on the cards here for Boom.
call the save might have been the safer route, but let's
He wins them this
crash
round.
out. Uh-oh. It's like one way
I'll flash
smoke
it
as
already.
well. Quickly dodged.
No reaction.
Slight stalemate. A stare down. Now slowly holding in for it though. It's Boom that makes the first move, but it's the call signal for the orbital to come in. Oh, Boom! Hero, can you even deploy a pit?
Attempted comeback, a fake comeback by Boom. They just weren't able to close things out. Now, with the final hurrah, right at that very tail end, is gonna close out the map of Split 13 to 11.
So close. Like almost the whole Naos team to be hiding up around bottom middle like that.
Yeah, man, what if that orbital strike? Never really seen that kind of usage of it. Waiting for that contact to be made, and what a read from Poppy. Understanding that there was gonna be this mid push. Something unconventional. Never really seen too much.
It's just really insane to think. Like, I can't wait. If Naos actually wins the entire series, like, that's one of the interview questions, hands down. Like, we gotta know, like, what was the call? What informed you to decide to set up like that, right? I mean, these two teams, of course, they probably would be possibly familiar with each other, but at the same time, like, being able to read your opponent IGL like that, it's like, things like these are what make Valorant great. And here we go. I mean, yeah, 13-11.
What was he on? I don't remember.
0-5.
Yeah, 0-5. Came back in, but still not gonna be enough. And 15 first kills for Naos as well. Winning out in that department. A 50 to Naos' side, but a clutch to Boom's. And post plants, honestly, both teams having a couple of fumbles here and there. And safe to say, it was a slugfest on the map of Split.
With how they're able to play, but I think it's clear to say Naos definitely walks away with it. I mean, slugfest, one way to put it for sure. But what I really admired is the composition played, the style played by Naos here. Secra on the, was he on the Waylay or the Neon? Either way, it's both of them. I think it's the
sorry, Waylay.
Mojo Neon, there we go.
Yes.
I mean, it's just so relentless. We saw it at that final moment on Defo's screen. Like, he's looking left to right. Like, you're hearing both duelists coming at you at the same time. You just can't react to that.
Yeah, it's cinema. It's absolute cinema, Quack. I mean, how else do we need to put it?
Absolute
It is. And this is only first map. Split has always been delivering, and we'll see if map number 2 is going to deliver as well. We're going to go for a short little break. You definitely do not want to miss the next map of this final series of the day. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit.
a
Congrats,
nice
you know.
pass as well, and that's why they were positioned for
Great first round. Let's hope that the
UI comes
overlay
back.
comes in players. It's still gonna be a force buy though from Fancy. They've got the spike plant. They want to go for something cheeky.
Okay, you know who else is cheeky though? Dignified so far, opening shot all the way through and through. Now it's Twilight, Nia! They've managed to break through the opening defenses. Now you've got the Astra smoke coming through as well. Although NDG's just gonna drone right through that. KDM. Tomix with a Phantom, still not able to do the work. Fancy strike back.
Okay, so you know, Quack, you might be happy with the first round. I'm happier with the second. And while Dignified able to get that first pick, how does Nia get, okay, I almost thought that Nia was the one top of side. It was Twilight laying in the damage. But Nia still want to convert those kills, so you can see, yes, even though you lose the pistol.
Definitely something that Cadillan did not expect, but the upcoming round for now at least. Oh, it's an outlaw! Thread the needle. Now you hang back.
All right, that's a hell of a start. Just through the wall. I didn't even see it, even though I have X round that he would like. And meanwhile, Fancy, but cute on the other side now in.
Here now, they'll be able to pick up a Phantom. Oh, it's Spectre. Excuse me. The rest of the team breaking into the A site. Nia's already made a lot of headway through, so it's going to be a retake attempt.
Recovering it.
Yeah, it's a big one. Lost Sporkum, just making way too much noise. 2 versus 4. Unless Tomix can pull a rabbit out of the hat, this one's a done deal. Just gonna try to die to the spike, perhaps. Don't want to feed Mr. Nia here too many more alt orbs. You know, he's been looking sharp already. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Fancy United, right? Your solo duelist, lacking utility, you know, but if he can land those shots, he will still convert those rounds.
For sure. And I think that's one of the other things that Cadillan should probably be watching out for as well, especially around A-Long. I mean, it's so common to throw the Sova darts up around this spot, but if Nia is reading that, if he's preemptively aiming down those lines of sight, he takes you down that quick. I mean, granted, this was...
Yeah, and I love the conviction that I'm seeing so far, right? It's very intentional, everything that they're doing. And yes, their composition might not be the best in my opinion, in my chair analyst's opinion. But hey, their protocols have been looking pretty clean so far. Initially, get control of A lobby, prod towards B, get control in towards garage, find picks, and then regroup in towards the site. Lovely stuff. Now they've got a couple of...
Otherwise, though, it's just the same approach from Fancy.
Take this.
Easy pick on
Opening
Comics.
picks.
Look for one more, but it's just the full commitment in. How do they stave off this attack?
Maybe not quite able to make that happen. She stands EG for now, but everything's still smoked off, and they're trying to peek through. Unfortunately, not able to pick anything up. It just might be a save, thanks to the op being held by Dignified now in this round.
That's a bit controlling optimal to find those opening frags. The waterfall of utility, the smokes from Twilight and Fishio actually, you know, net them very well, so you don't really need to wait for the recharge of the Omen smoke. So yeah, it's looking really intentional coming from Fancy. I love what I'm seeing so far.
It's already quite the different story as to when they played Haven against 5-5 just a week ago, I believe. So this is always a good start, and you want to see it continue forward. Of course, though, the upcoming round now, Cadilman still gets to buy up, and Dignified still has this op.
Yeah, it was a non-factor in the previous. Couldn't use it for the retake. This time around, maybe could get someone down towards mid, but it's a 3-man fight here towards A again.
Trying to peek on through. Neo once more with the outlaw. A dance around the cages and smokes, though. It's Tomix once more in the hot seat. Kind of pinned down into this corner. Twilight begins to slice. Almost jog away. He actually gets...
We'll get the trade, right? This man, he is incredibly aggressive, and he needs to be as that lone duelist for his squad. And again, 1-to-1. And that frag down towards mid, so it cuts off one of the lurkers and essentially corrals Fancy United towards this A site. Fishio will go on a little mission.
Experience to see is just tosses out a smoke
30
towards B.
seconds
The
left.
30 seconds left. Fancy needs to decide, and they need to decide.
Like it's gonna be a fake. Fisher will try his best to draw the attention. Wait, there's 10 seconds! Buddy! You don't have the sprint speed of a Neon. It's on the breach. This round is done and dusted. There's no way you get to the site in time.
Wait, do
And
you
the
see
round's
his
just
name?
done like that.
Oh, slightly overcooked. This steak is too well done, and unfortunately for Fancy, Kadilman's the one that walks away with the round win. Yes, I can. No, he can't. He can't get the strike down in time.
Man, someone buy them a watch, please. Oh, Kadillaman, I think it was NDG just smiling there because he knows
That's him.
that was, you know, they didn't really need to do anything. And I'm pointing out that time was an issue. A little bit of overthinking on the Fancy United side.
Take. You mentioned it. Someone went down, but Nia was right there for the trade. They have their alts now. We also have our overlay back up now. They do kind of raise expectations with the up.
And you're gonna have to try to set up Dignified. Oh, I was saying Dignified, you know, with that op, but instead it's handed over to Tomix. So interesting swap of weaponry, interesting swap of duelists. The Yoru is now gonna be the one towards A. Op in hands with Tomix on that B side instead. So a bit of a switch up there after the timeout. Kadillaman, again, not fighting for that A main control. Meanwhile, they are kind of walking in towards Tomix's op.
So he's kind of looking to reposition around. Unfortunately, B is not the best spot for this weapon. It's going to be the fast lanes and the smokes, and it's a quick take coming through from Fancy. Hunter's Fury now gets deployed by NDG just to try to fish, but unfortunately nothing comes up. Dignified still around the corner with a smoke. He jumps in, gets the kill. Spike delayed for the time being. The rest of the team now then trying to hover back in, but at the same time, you got to look at positions.
Right towards A link, that's the main goal here for Fancy United. Can they hold on to that? Can Bakute hold this garage push as well?
Still eyeing it like a hawk. Yor will make his position known. But at the same time, a deeper smoke gets tossed out. That's what this double controller does, I suppose. Nia with the judge will continue to block off retake entry, and then Fishio off towards C link. There's no chance at this point for Kadillaman. Borkum, the only one left, has to back off.
I'm surprised. Usually the issue, but Kadillaman don't even get close to that. They don't even get their pieces in the right place. They get cut down right at the entry point. I felt like there was a bit of a lack of utility. Yes, he got the Hunter's Fury and the Paranoia to come through. He even stopped the spike, but as you mentioned, right, Quack, the double controller allows for the refresh of the smoke. Nia just sits within it, and I think Fishio just marks the Cypher Cage, catches both players. And just like that, it seems way too easy for Fancy.
So, almost odd. Again, the double controller. But hey, since it works for them, you know, we'll reserve our judgment, especially if they can take this whole map. Right now, though, angling for a C push. It's 3 players from Kadillaman with pistols, I should say, trying to march down. Unfortunately, they just turned this entire thing into a shooting range, but Digny still managed to get out.
Well, we've got a little bit of a lurk on Yor. Can he find anything, though? He's the only player that can kind of influence this round. If you commit to any one of these sites, it's a pretty much done deal. Acute's gonna spot out both players. Oh my god. Ooh! That is crisp from Bakute, and that is round done and dusted. Dignified was spotted, tagged out low in the initial C fight, so Fancy just need to send their forces to one of these sites.
Yeah, easy. We'll clap and dust off our hands.
closed.
Look towards for both teams right now.
Listen.
I see.
Fancy are always playing disruptive, pushing in towards A-Link on the B-side take. This time being very creative, very flexible with the barrier drops. You feel like there's not much use in using your ultimates as well. So
That's true.
If you don't plan on using those ultimates, Fancy will just gonna cut you down before you have the thought of even using it.
For all we know, maybe they actually planned to use it if they got into C Cubby, but they just happened to meet that many players from Kadillaman there with pistols, so... Doing the IGLing for the team alongside Nia. This is what we wanted to see, right? Them being able to make the adjustments, them being able to stay ahead of their opponents and still continue to slay and slaughter whatever comes their way. I mean, they are that talented. Fishio's up with 6.
A lot of discussions need to be had, Quack. As you mentioned, right? A lot of ultimates on the board for both of these squads. Most notably, you've got the double duelist ultimates, right? They need to really take into consideration what driver seat, whatever they want to do, it feels like Kadiliman are on the receiving end and they're the ones playing reactive. But what I want to see from Kadiliman instead, right? Yes, you're up against so many ults. You need to play disruptive. You can't not, you're just gonna get overwhelmed.
Yeah, really need to see what they will cook up this round. I mean, especially with Coach Landry at the helm, calling in that timeout. A coach from the United States back away into safety. The rest is
Gonna knock up so many of these players. Tomic somehow still gets the first. But Fancy United, the flood into Fancy's.
You get the spike down, reset the timer to about up. Nia steps, fires off one a little bit early, still.
That's what you get when you have two controllers. They just smoke the whole choke point, just sitting there with short quack. You let them set up, you let them creep up to the front of the side without just been out of the meta for so long. I'm pretty sure.
Enough said. Upcoming round though at the same time, and you're still not able to fully purchase an entire kit for Kadiliman's side, but they do have a lot of space down C. Let's see if Fancy walks back into it.
I have the spike.
They don't have the best weaponry though. Due diligence. And DG will try his best, but he's the only player on the side. Twilight will look down on his opponents. And the last two players, again, it feels like an impossible retake, Quack.
Really tough. They just didn't really have the right guns, and at the same time, the positioning now for Fancy. They're toying with Kadiliman all throughout the map. Oftentimes you think it's early conditioning towards A long, but no, Fancy this time managed to trudge back in towards C. You got Nia popping the ult, and it's a flawless pickup.
I like the idea, right? You know that Fancy United have been taking A lobby control a lot, so you send two players down there. I honestly would have liked one more. Send the other duelist down, right? At least have a bit more potency on one of your side holds, or yes, we'll throw it away, but for how many more rounds can we do that? They need to get a round win here.
You're absolutely right. It's already a lead for Fancy, but look at Nia! He just goes through the same angle. This time it's Tomic's getting taken down. NDG will stick around for a little bit longer, maybe trying to bait something out, but
should be the ones that are getting those opening duels. Instead, it feels like Fancy are just finding every opening fight that they want.
Oh, okay.
Decent trade coming back from Dignified at his own hands. He's pushed down mid. That's great info. But he has to calm down to the rest of his team. It's gonna be the seaside commitment from Fancy. And they've only got the Cypher for Kadiliman here.
That's right, Colden. Borkham hasn't heard too much, enough to give the team a concrete call. He will, from the Shadows TP, to support Yor, though. Unfortunately, still gets the site.
Oh man, this looks so flat from Kadiliman. I mean, speak of the first kill, Nia, what a shot, what a blinder. But look at this retake. Where's the utility? Where's a scan? Where is the drone? Where is a shot dart? Where is something? A flash on a Euro. Give me something for this flood retake. If you just run out of the smokes, Fancy will meet you at the door and they'll slam that door shut. This is a one-way street. Nia's 14-3. We mentioned him being a win condition, a heavy win condition for Fancy United. If he doesn't get up and firing, it's going to be an issue, but seems like we can forget about that kind of concern here on map number 1.
Yeah, forget about it. I do see what you're saying. I mean, it really feels like Kadiliman just don't have an answer for Nia. They get thinking about the double duels, and it's a big red flag, I think. You're 2-8 in your first half. This is your map.
And you won the pistol.
Yes, and you've expended both timeouts already. You had everything building up for you on your own map pick, but things aren't right. So, what's going on?
Can you imagine how painful it's gonna be when you're playing up against this Fancy United defense? A couple more buffer rounds here at the very minimum, but what is this read from Fancy? All 5 here, waiting to pop out of this smoke crack.
Okay, we got a
Thinking
little
otherwise.
judge around the corner though, yeah. Fancy, okay. We're going backwards. We saw a smoke, we're like, nope, we want none of that.
It's the right call, I think. There's a judge on the other side and a paranoia, so you avoid that little bit of a trap setup. And again, the fundamentals are kicking in for Fancy. They know that, A lobby could be a piece of map control that Kadiliman have. They're clearing out mid. Next protocol is going to be towards a push back this Neon, force to rotate, and then make a decision.
It's enough information, but
I'm out of here.
not really concrete enough to get rotations
Look at the
over.
positionings of Kadiliman. They're so confused. They're rotating in basically their spawn.
30 seconds left.
They don't really have a good idea of where the commitment is going to be, and I don't think Fancy are either, but now
To be, unfortunately, though, the first shot, NDG picks up the spikes on the crowd. Someone needs to go. It's going to be Tomix in with overdrive. Borkum chimes in with a bandit. NDG gets a kill. It's a thrifty for Kadillaman.
Last round in the half.
If they hit any of the other sides, it would have been perfect. There was like one player on C, one player on A. Kadillaman, I think, just by virtue of luck itself, they didn't know where the commitment's going to be, so they're kind of rotating back and forth. In the end, all of them were kind of near the B site, able to get a flood retake coming through, and especially since Fancy lacking time, a bit of an issue we've seen so far, potentially go for a fast rank.
You hear that noise though as Fancy, and you're thinking to yourself that the C side is lesser reinforced, and they might be right, because you're the only one here. You got the opening pick, but look at the flick from Twilight! Hunter's Fury now coming through from NDG, and he does connect them. One more player tagged as well. Fancy pops in NDG. It's Kadillaman ending the first half, 4-8.
That's a little bit more what we expected, right? Despite Fancy United, right, getting those 2 picks on the site itself, Yer was able to find one decent enough for his teammates to come in for this blood retake. Hunter's Fury made things really chaotic. You had the Yoru come in towards the side, dignified in his dimensional drift, playing around the mid-side box, and that's exactly what you want to see from Kadillaman. 4 rounds, is that going to be enough though, Quack?
That's a really good question. I mean, you talked about it. You got the double controller. You got the Cypher as well. I think the only thing that I might throw in as a slight caveat is, you also mentioned this during the pre-show, during agent selection. Lack of info initiator. You have the breach. That might help in a retake. But if you don't have info on where your opponents are coming from, like it all comes down to how you gather information with your body, perhaps?
Own vision. And as a result, you are more prone to being, exposed, caught by a crossfire, and that just means that your trades need to be ever so important, right? It becomes more crucial that you have those better trades because you lack that utility, the information utility. You need to get those smokes to cut out any choke points, and then have to get you need to get those utilities in place to set you up to find those kills and actually give them a good fight.
As well, if they take it, I mean, Kadillaman will be in for a rough ride.
There.
Well, let's see what they have in store. Pistol round for both these squads again. Kadillaman won out the first, got pretty much forced on the second. This time, patient approach from Kadillaman's side, pretty much default setup, but now it's a bit of aggression down towards mid. Flash in for Nia to just clear things out. Yeah, I think Kadillaman very wary of Fancy being aggressive, so just gonna make sure that no one's pushed down towards mid.
Nia towards the top of the wind.
Interesting. The Cypher, I think, throws Cypher cage outside of garage, so it's actually gonna draw Kadillaman back, assuming that it's gonna be a weaker
as well. Yes, I can still slow them down with fault lines, aftershocks. Not to mention Nia just sliding in through, but at the same time, you got players on the site now. But Cute's the one who pushes out of garage. Double kill collected upon. It's just your left. He's trying to pick.
Fantastic read coming in from Fancy. You could see such a quick road any of this at all. I mean, you saw so many defenders on A, and yet when you hit towards the C side, it feels like they're there before you, and in fact, they are. Very, very swift on the decision. And just like that, Fancy gets
2 marshals. We see them.
They do one shot. All you need to do to get across the finish line.
Bye-bye.
Well, no scope is pretty strong on this gun.
Very measured aggression as well.
What?
Hangs around, not overheating it. Instead, it's going to be Borkum, who unfortunately needs that couple
the piece
more
at this point.
Just
Well, Fancy. Yeah, it's not the most ability to force him back. He's just gonna stand his ground. Fischio, meanwhile, he's looking up towards A.
Colin.
Pretty lackluster eco round, all things considered.
That is the most tactical thing that Fancy could have done in that round. Nia is the epitome of tactical.
He is the tactical.
He is the tactical. Round up. It's gonna be Kadillaman with the full buy now. Hoping for it at least, but got the smokes up as well. Kadillaman's not gonna challenge it.
We're just gonna wait for the fade. Is Tomix just gonna try to Wait for the fate of this smoke. Nia, flash in, break out the camera. That's lovely protocols. No contact being made. Make the sentinel utility and then rotate off to one of the sides. It doesn't seem to be the right read though. Heading back towards A because of the lack of info from Fancy. But it just might be the right call. Kadillaman sending the... It seems like that...
Control as well. You got a trip. You got stars set up. It's Kadillaman that actually has to put in more effort to break things apart. You do have the utility for it though. Sending it through. Tomix, fast lane, relay bolt, but he gets hit with one as well. Nia gets the shot through! And Fancy just continues to show and dazzle with Fancy feet all across the site. They will be able to spread out. Yes, I can. And
so annoying to deal with and executing on towards sites. I mean, first of all, Nia just jumping out of heaven gets an initial pick, but look at this survival smoke in the middle of the site. Twilight just playing around it, and there's so many choke points, smoke screens that Kadillaman have to break. Kadillaman 4-11 Quack. This has been a one-way show for Fancy, and this one might be as well. It's just an eco buy.
oh no. Yeah, you can't shoot what you can't see, I guess.
Right there.
Kadillaman just kind of running it down now. They're out of timeouts as well, so it's all down to the players and what they can kind of string up together.
Here.
And you see the tripwire, don't break it. Okay, you're alive.
But just no perhaps, but into the corner
One enemy remaining.
is a couple of Fancy players. They'll just simply slice the pie, find the last one as well. There he goes, a straight wallbang through and through, and it's now Fancy up to map point on their opponent's
point.
map pick.
Standing.
Oh, that was
Honesty. Oh, sorry, did I disconnect there? My
I don't
bad.
know. I think you came back at the end, so I just missed everything that you
Oh
said.
god, okay.
I'm sorry.
All good. I think a bit of connectivity issues on my side. Anyway, let's see if Kadillaman can connect the dots here, because they gotta
This is what it is. But now you're working up against an op as well.
He sure is an op here on C. Drone's gonna be able to spot him out, but he's still gonna hunker down.
Always deal with the recon initially, tries to reposition for a stronger line. The keep unfortunately goes down as well, but there goes Nia. Overdrive popped, NDG shuts it down, and Kadillaman with the trades managed to survive in the round.
Alright, thank god that Kadillaman won that, because Fancy did not, should not have any chance in that one. And Big Q just runs out dry. Somehow gets one. The trade is there. That's the most important thing for Kadillaman so far. Alright, yes. Fancy United did try to catch them off guard, but that's exactly why you need to punish them with 12-5. Bit by bit, round by round, take the fight. Attack-sided, Yoru up. And it's gonna net them that initial pick, so lovely find down towards A. There's still one more controller to find.
Okay, well now there's no smoke. Just hoping that someone walks into them, but not happening now.
How long do they maintain spread out across the map on all three sides essentially? So Cypher Gam's gonna get broken,
I must wait a
and
moment.
that decides to rotate back over towards C.
Starting to get the move now. You're cute. Alerted as to a potential hit as well.
Why destroyed? Who's next?
Lingers around garage for the off angle. Prepares for the incoming Tomix. He managed to snipe him down, but the trade is still strong. Dimensional drift ripped by the operator, and it's just yes I can. The spike getting planted onto B makes it a little bit more pressuring, so it's going to be Kadillaman once more with a roundup.
Okay, lovely stuff. That's a lot more like the Kadillaman that should be, showing up here today. Nice trades coming in towards garage. And a lovely pivot as well. Even if they didn't find all those kills, they still had the spike rotating across the map. I think aiming to go towards A, but, eventually got those kills, just planted on B anyway.
Down.
And yeah, Kadillaman getting a better read of the situation. NDG, IGL for...
Still trying to work around that.
Here.
This time, Fancy have different ideas. It's just Buckies though, and pistols. Opening shot by Dignified.
Here.
Yeah, expecting aggression, right, on a low buy round. Especially if you're up against Fancy, they like to take their liberty sometimes. smoke deep down towards C. Keep the defenders at bay for the time being. Just a breach here towards this A site. In towards sewers, and he got a shotgun, so let's see if you can make the most out of that one.
It would be a good weapon. You take one down at least as if Kadilman decide to push or rush through A short. Kadilman taking things really slow and steady.
It seems like Fancy are getting the right read. Fish cannot go down here. Good spot.
Obscuring vision.
Okay, there the smokes get set up, 30 seconds, and it's going to be go time for Kadilman. They will disparage every single key piece of utility, but still Fishio jumps around with the puck. He picks up the triple Twilight. A finisher on the Sheriff, and off of a thrifty, Fancy United takes away map 1.
You're kidding, Quack. Not like that. Kadilman had the opening pick as well. He caught the top fragger of Fancy United, solo pushing down C. And yet they still walk into towards the stack side. They still lost to the Buckies, the shotguns. Oh, that's a heartbreak of it.
They were cackling to themselves. The shotguns, the stingers, the Sheriff at the end, all down just to give them that win. I mean, you would have thought maybe it's actually, well, works.
Yeah, I was taking a look at the setups as well on the defense side. The side for Ken,
Yes.
on this trip. So that's a very interesting approach to this map, and Kadilman weren't able to figure that out soon enough. That just allowed, for Fancy to heavily stack towards the correct side. If you don't pick the side for utility, there's no reason for Fancy to rotate to that side of the map. So yeah, A side trip not broken, C side trip not broken. You just head over whichever has been tripped. And just like that, they land their shots as well.
Like the first half as well. I mean, there's always the argument to be made that perhaps if it had been a stronger first half for Kadilman, maybe we would have that different result. But it was a 4-8, and some of those rounds were thanks to Nia or the double duelist from them somehow. Kadilman still not quite able to play it right.
You look at the last round as well. Yes, we saw the fast lane coming through, but there's not much utility out of the smoke, right? Once the Astro utility came in, they just had to run through. And it's situations like that you really need to keep track of your utility, especially when you have a Yoru on your squad. Where's the flashes to get you in towards these sites to back up? Tomic's going in there first. So yeah, some questions perhaps need to be answered a bit in between these maps, but very strong win coming in from Fancy United. 20-11 on Nia. We mentioned his name in the pregame, and he absolutely delivers.
That's the whole thing. I mean, look, you even look at this as well. I mean, you got some first kills going through from Kadilman, but they're not quite converting into round wins. It's a big problem for sure. And again, the thing about the first half for Fancy and Kadilman, you mentioned it, double duelists, they should have been doing more, but they weren't. And it definitely hurts, especially in the long run. This was their map pick, and you would have expected them to do a bit better, but 13-6 is what we got. Upcoming map, Colin. Any thoughts about that? Because I'll get to it later, but just to summarize this entire map, I think it's a beautiful illustration of a team trying to play the meta, trying to play double duelist, but not in position, but they have a very clear understanding of the gaps of their comp, of the strengths of their comp, and they play around it to perfection. I love what they have. The Cypher spread out. That's true, especially when we saw in the second half with the smokes. But yeah, double duelists, we need to see more of it. I think especially we need to see more. You're not seeing too much of it. You're seeing the fast lane go up, but there's no real follow-up after that. It might have been because of the smokes, but who knows? That was just...
Stay tuned, guys, because we'll be coming back right after this short break. Don't want to miss that one. Pearl right on the cards. See you guys in just a little bit.
At the world from the eye of the Horus. If you Alexander the Great, then I am the Forest. Coming straight from the mud like I am a Lotus. So हाथियों का बल कैसे सकेगा तू मुझे रोका? देख तू कैसे मैं लड़ूं, तुम लोगों से ऐसे ना डरूं. Deep जब तक कटे ना तेरी ये जीप. Better believe you're gonna bleed. Pick up a seat, get your team. I'm the king of kings, brother in arms in a battle. You all gonna die if you act like a vandal. Bring the realms to reality from every angle. This is the public service announcement from Ja. Bhedega to uthega janazana. तू मेरी तरफ आना आ गया तो होगा फिर तनाज़ाना ये भारतीय भाषा फिर दुनिया सुनेगी ये तराना ना 'Cause I am the Raja 'Cause I am the Raja Look in my eyes, what do you see? I'm more than average man. I'm a maverick, I can grow flowers on a barren land. Break a mountain with my bare hands and step back and cause a literal avalanche. Should've won a while traveling. अष्टभुजाएं मेरी जैसा मैं टरेंचुला ना है कोई तोड़ मेरा जब से पूर्वजों का ज्ञान मिला मेरे जैसा मिलेगा कोई ना तू और चाहे जो भी था सबकी कबर मैंने खोदी क्या तुम लगाओ के बोलियां कम पड़े गोलियां चंद्रगुप्त मेमोरिया या किला तू लोरिया come to me and you just gonna die that's really a given I am invincible and you are invisible see that's really a difference get out of my way or leave the world the choice is yours I don't kill my enemies I play with them that's what the toys are for from Mumbai to Tafana आ गया तो होगा फिर तनाज़ाना ये भारतीय भाषा फिर दुनिया सुनेगी ये तराना ना 'Cause I am the Raja 'Cause I am the Raja
Very nice, very lovely. Welcome back to the stream with VALORANT Challenger Southeast Asia. I'm just gonna kick off the second map by saying, my predictions! It's going down the drain! I don't know. Pearl, Fancy United, Kadillaman, Kolden. Take it away. Take it away.
Yeah. You can see there, Quack, a bit not expect that. Even though I did predict Fancy United, I did not think that it was going to be this one. Big question to me, and well, Fancy answer in kind. Very, very strong performance on Haven, and I can only imagine what they've played on, right? 5-0, Fancy coming in towards Pearl. Kadillaman, they've got to tighten things up in between these maps. They've got to somehow try to dissect their errors. And even if you do so, it's a completely different style of play for Fancy coming into Pearl. It's a double initiator setup.
Meta, you might be somewhat familiar with it, I guess, as to how you might want to counter your opponents. But apart from that, you know, let's build it. Okay results. I mean, they still won, and they ran their, you know, what the meta comp is. It's just, how does that meta comp work for them? Because what we saw in map 1 definitely still has me quite worried.
Yeah, don't really have too much faith in. Right, it's two premier teams. A little. I don't want to say unknowns, right? It's a little bit rude.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, in the grand scheme of things, in Southeast Asia challengers, yes, they are unknowns. Right, they're teams that didn't make it to the group stage. And on the other side, right, Fancy United, they've most recently picked up a very convincing win up against 555, who eventually won out that series. But it was still a very good showing from Fancy on that map. I like the ideas that he brought in. Right? It's unconventional. It's little initiators, very strong initiators in the form of KO and Teho to set up that Neon, to give him in front of him and just to find that opening kill.
That's what we saw when they play against 555, you know, oftentimes trying to set him up. If he shut down though, Nia to do well, get set up by Yes I Can and Twilight, who are playing the KO and the Teho, you know, it's whether it's special to Tomix, Dignified, guys. I mean, these guys are talented. They've played together before a little bit here and there. Dignified's been around the scene for quite a while. But we need to see them step up to that plate. We need to see that performance come in. I mean, yes, we can talk about NDG and Borkum, who are on the Initiator and the Killjoy, but this is that double duelist. If you're running a double duelist, those duelists need to be doing something, especially a Yoru, for example, because you're able to gate crash across the sites. You've got to be doing something around that.
Yeah, we didn't really see a consistent composition. We need to dive into it, or they're fully embracing that kind of style of play.
Which is what is that style play? I mean, if you would put it into words,
it's really being that proactiveness, right? Taking map control and holding map control and using that as your advantage with the double duelist composition, because you lack the information, you lack the stopping power of smokers and sentinels, so you need to take map control away as your leverage and use that to convert it into kills, opening kills, trades, whatever it may be. That goes for both. Position allows you to really fight.
That's right.
So yeah,
that's what we need to see. You know, I mean, we see teams like, you know, teams and Masters doing this similar thing where you will have the Euro playing a more aggressive angle, find something. If not, it's information for the team to reinforce the other parts of the map. Haven might have been a little bit tough, but Pearl, I think, is big enough. There's enough space where you can then kind of form fancy play against. Yeah, it's the same comp. 555 play the exact same comp that Cadillman used to play on Pearl. If they do play the same thing, then we should be seeing similar-ish results. I mean, 555 got like 10 to 13 against Pearl, against Fancy United on this map with their comp, so it should be a pretty close game if anything.
yeah. I love the VALORANT math. You know, if this team plays this comp against that team team did better on that one, you know, they should technically beat them out. But yes, no, I get what you're saying, and it is a very salient point as well, because in my opinion, from what I've seen so far from Cadillman, they seem like to be a step below what 555 offer. And so if we're projecting into this map and they're running the same composition, Fancy United know what to expect already. Meanwhile, Cadillman, I don't think they're ever gonna find a team like Fancy who runs this kind of composition. They don't know what to expect. You know, it's a recipe for disaster if you're asking me.
I feel like with everything you're saying, Kuldan, I'm just more and more discouraged about my prediction. So
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
I kind of want to stop listening to this guy. Ultimately, it all comes down to what we see in the server. So yeah, let's play some Jeopardy music and hope that the game starts soon. Bear with us, ladies and gents. Ladies and gents, folks, we're dealing with a couple of tech issues here. We're trying to get the UI back up as well. So
yeah, Quack, I know you want to postpone the game, all right? I know you want to give Cadillman more time to prep for their game. You're telling them the strats.
Don't say that. You can't say that to chat, man. I'm holding to the caster start button. It's not time to press it yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're holding onto that. You've been holding onto that for like the past year. Last I remember, you were the one last holding it, so
that's like 5
years.
Over. I think someone's not even at their station right now. The player can.
Who's that? Or is it just pointed up?
Maybe, I don't know. It's someone from Fancy United. Oh boy.
You know, we need to start recognizing these faces.
I recognize Nia on the top right. Fisher, I believe, the middle.
Oh yeah, because whenever I see them getting entries, it's this guy, you know.
Yeah. Well, these ones, I think.
What's the green thing on his head? Dog!
I like how we're just kind of devolved into this when it's a tech issue now. The player can't
find
something to talk about.
Things.
Enjoy the little things in life.
Exactly. Like that
Meanwhile,
little apple thing on his head.
chat's just like, these guys suck. I need to
Whoa,
mute
whoa.
this stream.
It's a positive talk, right? Positive self-talk.
There's nothing positive whenever I read chat and comments, man.
No, you just need to have
They're not my
rose-tinted
career.
glasses.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's that like, Coldan? What is your vision?
my vision.
What do you see?
So when I see
Yes.
people hating, they're just jealous.
Oh,
They're jealous. They can't speak on a broadcast.
jealous of what? Of being able to speak on a broadcast.
Yeah, they're just jealous of us.
They not like us.
Us, cause they ain't us.
True. Okay. All right, we're being told we're 2 minutes out from possibly
The
going into
podcast?
the game. The podcast. Yeah.
We need
2
a name
minutes
for the
until the
podcast.
podcast episode ends. Jeez. Any ideas? You have some supporters. You were watch partying the rival game yesterday, and people were in your stream.
Thankfully.
What are they? Yeah. Well, thankfully.
I'm just talking to myself.
Not true. You were talking to people. I think. I believe I saw names.
Mm,
I saw names in there.
my split personalities. My alt accounts in chat. You were
Oh.
asking me about a certain person that was following you, you know? That was actually me, it's just my alt account.
God. This is what I have to deal with. This is the kind of hijinks that cool that comes up with. Right. Yeah. Okay. With you as one of your split personalities, can you kind of summarize the matchup on Pearl?
On Pearl?
Yeah, Pearl. Cadilman versus Fancy.
Meow, missile. Boom, flash, kill. Boom, flash. Knife hits. Meow. I have no abilities. Boom, boom, boom,
Fired.
die.
Fired.
Wait, don't
Cancel. You're done. This is done. They hated it so much that they sent us back into the caster cam screen to let us know
They
that
exposed
that
us.
was
They even
that
dropped
was
our ads.
horrible. All right, I think we're possibly going into. Oh no, we're still stalling. Hang in there, hang in there, guys. We're all in this together. Okay, no, we're tossing to a break. All right, let's go to a quick little commercial break because we need the UI back up. Don't go away. The game will be back very soon. I promise. I promise. Hi guys, welcome back to the stream. How's the weather doing? It's it's sunny here.
We're doing
No.
the ASMR style of broadcast now.
Yeah, that should be the whole thing. Whole man just does that. He's got the mic, he's got the voice. I got neither. No, we're back.
Says the
with VALORANT
Pacific
challenges.
caster.
What?
Don't know
It's
when we'll get in
all
the
going
game
downhill.
either, but hopefully it'll be coming in as soon as we can. But this is Fans United up against VALORANT Esports, and just a bit of a recap for our viewers who might be just tuning in. Right, Fans United won the first map, and that was their opponent's map pick of Haven. Very convincing, unconventional playstyle, unconventional composition. Still make it work. That's the balls in VALORANT's court. What can they show for us here on their opponent's map pick?
Gotta toss it up and gotta serve and do the whole thing since you're talking about balls.
You wanna
and
serve?
courts.
You got a dance move for us, Quack?
What? Oh,
You know?
serve.
Serve. Yeah.
Oh my god. Some days I really feel so old. It just did not click. The overlay, the UI. That we...
From last week, so I'm gonna need you to like bring it in now. You know, that would be a great time.
I forgot to bring it today, man. Sorry.
Come on,
It's-
Quack. We pay you the
I
big
don't
bucks
know.
for a reason. Yeah, I know you are Pacific and all, but you know you don't have to do this to us all the time.
I don't know why I'm here. I should be away from this filth. I should be up in
Whoa.
my ivory tower.
Whoa!
I should be
chat. Cancel
taking
him.
bites out of my product that I love and adore. Tiny bites.
That's a reference, chat. Guys, we are not that old. Oh, did I cut out again? We're not that old. Right?
Well,
We
then
know
back-
relevant trends and memes. Yes.
We might be living under rocks at the same time, or at least I am sometimes. I did not know the Kendrick Lamar song until until I was called out for not knowing it. Back
which
in a
one?
challenge.
Oh.
There was a Game Changers broadcast like some time ago, and then the I think it was Zipto back then, and they were saying like that's the song that they would sing to like hype themselves up. And I was like, what is it called? And then Taylor and it, I know that they had a performance with the Super Bowl halftime. And
Yeah,
once
that
like
was
I heard the
huge.
tune, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of know what it is. It's just I didn't listen to it, so I don't.
Is that why when I said it earlier you didn't get it? Or did you get it?
You said it earlier. I'm not kidding. It's just I don't know. Oh god. I'm old.
Maybe we need to bring Quack for like maybe you
You're
need to
not-
have like a cultural appreciation session with you. You know, I
I
need
mean, Oh my god, the game's starting.
to.
okay.
That's convenient for you to get out of the conversation.
10 out of it. I'm old. Let's get over it. Fancy United Esports versus VALORANT Esports. Again, current standing right now is 1-0 in favor of Fancy United. Now we're going to Fancy's map pick, which means this could only spell trouble for VALORANT unless they serve us up something nice.
Ooh, now you're making me hungry. Let's see if VALORANT are hungry enough to take this map away from Fancy United. It's again a very tall hill to climb for them, but it all starts with the first step. And with this composition that they have, you know, they gotta need to take a couple more steps in the right direction, especially with the double duelist composition. I wanna see more commitment from them, more proactiveness, you know. I don't want to see them just walk in towards the side. I want to see them run. I want to see them sprint, charge forward with their hearts on the line.
Ooh. You want to see utility. You want to see
That might be a bit too
proactiveness.
much, Quack. That's tall order. I don't think we can do that.
I want to see Tomix and Dignify getting the first pick against Fancy. Take down Nia. Take down perhaps Bukute. If you can take down Fishio as well as the controller player, that's going to be even better. But then again, it all comes down to what happens here on Pearl. I think the one difference here would be compared to the previous showing that Fancy had on this map against 555, Fancy started out on attack. This time, they're starting out on defense.
Oh ho hey. Is that going to be an issue? Is that going to be any bit of concern? I don't think, I'm looking at the stats right now, I don't think they've even lost a defense side. At the least, it's a 6-6 half. So yeah, let's see if Fancy United have strong enough defense with a double initiator composition. Should be Kadilaman's favorite starting side as well, right? Attack side with double duelists. I think that favors them, but it's a very, very tentative hold here to kick things off. No one from Kadilaman moving. Has the barriers even dropped? I don't know. I mean, it has, but like, it seems like they haven't even moved, right? And
Oh my god,
just
yeah.
them expecting a little bit of information being prodded across by Fancy, but Fancy, they themselves very secure in their setup. Nobody in towards the A side though. That is a weak side for them. And Dignified, what is this? He just spams it through the wall.
Straight on through into the common spots. At least though, you've got the trades coming back in. Fancy, always good for one.
You get away with that. Straight up murder. Fischio lands a flying headshot dink onto one of the players, but the A side has been compromised.
Found them.
Spike will get planted. Rotation's now coming in for Fancy.
However, Kadilaman now doesn't really have much in terms of post-plant utility. They're trying to hold up towards stairs, which is where the connector area is at least. Trying to take down Nia, but it's not happening. Fancy once again showing off the footwork that they've got. Straight up through and through the guts of the site into the smokes, where one player is lying in wait, unfortunately getting taken down. Yes, I can. Yes, he will get onto the defuse as well. A couple of shots in from Borkum, but unfortunately surrounded at the very end of it. Fancy pick up the pistol.
Wow, I mean, how does that happen, right? The C's comes in from Kadilaman. I thought that, hey, they're gonna be able to mop up a couple of kills, set themselves up for a strong pistol win, especially after just spamming on one of their players. You can see the C's hit, but not able to whip out the weapon in time. They flood in towards the side. Yes, I can with a triple kill. Borkum is just left at an impossible task, and somehow Fancy will continue on through the first map in towards the second with a very important pistol.
And like you mentioned from before as well, I mean, you just really need to start things out right, but unfortunately this is not the best start for Kadilaman just yet. All pistols now, and they're trying to hover around the A side, perhaps.
Alright, they've gotten the initial contact without using too much utility. Now they can try to go for a bit of a burst. Let's see if it's going to net them at least a spike plant.
Might be tough. Fancy previously going with like Ghosts, Buckies. This time it's a full buy.
None of them were ready to break that 0 point. Attack 2 or 3 players. Now they have to reroute, Quack.
Really lost the footing here. A little bit of spot from Fischio as well, but otherwise not too much. Going back into A. The drone maybe cleared.
Spotted at least. When you can see the double initiators finding a lot of value. They've got 5 players under the fence here waiting for this commitment from Kadilaman.
Stanny second now. As soon
They're
as
waiting for the recharge of
needle
util.
drops. Might have some haunts and flashes here and there. Maybe the smokes as well, but ultimately it should come down to the kills. Hold on, a couple of classic shots go fired through, and Dignified finds another. Into the off angle though, and it's Yes I Can serving up a triple.
Alright, got a little bit dicey. I will say, not too bad in terms of the damage done. Did not expect him to just walk away with kills as easy as it looked. Thank God for Yes I Can just playing an off angle here, corner of the site. Triple kill from him, and he's one off his null command already, so yes, damage done, but gets one more kill, one more orb. It's got a pretty nice ultimate that they could use here for this bonus round of theirs.
Pretty nice. Will be pretty effective in retakes as well, perhaps. Still though, after this round, so many players on towards pistols. It might be tough for them to take the fights as Dignified comes in collecting a quick double. Pushing on through as well as Yes I Can, unfortunately pinned down, and this will be an open B site.
Yeah, it's a full commitment from Fancy to just take the fight here, and well, they only find a single kill on the Atomics. Not ideal. Great utility from Kadilaman to keep Fancy honest. Now they're just gonna call a bit of a pause. I wait for a reaction coming from Fancy. Fisher with the jump spot should be able to spot someone. No, does not spot anyone, and that's wrong information. But Cute headed over towards the B side, and so is Fisher. Just waiting. He's gonna net Kadillaman a free sight for their postman.
Prowler. Oh, Dimensional Drift as well. Okay, might as well clear out as much as possible. You don't see anything. You've got the entire site secured. What can Fancy do in this situation?
Oh, it's not looking great, right? But Cute only has that bandit.
Here.
Guardian in the hands of Fisher is gonna be
Bot coming
that
back.
main win con. Can he find some nice taps here, Quack?
All the way up from heaven. Comes down to Kadillaman's positioning as well, but with two inside of back hall, it's
Placing swarm
quite
grenade.
tenuous. You might feel as though Fancy might just try to get as much as possible, maybe even go down to the spike at the end of it. Go in closer with the bandit now as well, though, but a couple of shots from the Phantom fired through. A slight trade from Fishield, but that will be that. Kadillaman answers back.
Alright, very important round coming in from them. They keep damage at a minimum. 3 players still standing. But a great scan, actually, to kick things off. Nice shot from Dignified. Would have been a bit of an issue if he went down without getting a second kill. And yeah, jump spot from Fisher wasn't able to spot out the players deep in towards long, so both players out of sight. Nice conversion coming from Kadillaman. Let's see more of that, shall we?
Definitely want to. You got the Outlaw now in the hands of Dignified. Several players onto lighter shields on the side of Fancy. Good chance, perhaps, and we're going back into B.
Great scan again. Okay. Fade has been working out real nice. Tomix, low HP, but still very proficient in getting space for his team. Retake has to be come in for Fancy United. Has the null command available. That is something great that they could use here. Diddleman need to play a disruptive, I believe.
Yeah, trying to go in a little bit more aggressive as well, but Twilight's just ready for it. What you're not ready for is the entire sky and clouds to be covered in darkness as Nia hops on across. It's just one player left, and Yor, unfortunately, will not be able to spot out too much. It's way too overwhelming. It's a 1v5. He's just going to back off and, well, rely on the spike plant to give him, you know, whatever credits he can, and otherwise hold on to the Phantom. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, indeed. I mean, it was a 5 versus 5 post-plant. Kadillaman unable to get a single frag. I mean, the lineup was just too perfect for Twilight. Didn't even need to move his crosshair. Nia just comes in from heaven as their attention gets drawn towards B-Link. No one's marking for him. I said that they needed to play proactive, and they tried, but really lacking in the execution side of things. 3-1, Fancy still continuing on for this win streak. Money's bottom now for Kadillaman. They need to win this round. If not, they'll be faced with yet actually a bit of an interesting purchase from them. Borkum is not gonna be buying up a weapon. Instead, they all have about 1,000 plus credits. So even if they do lose this, they should have a buy next.
Maybe not worse for wear, but at the same time, Fancy's now coming up with the goods in the rounds. You got an op in the hands of Nia, which is fairly interesting to say the least. For now, though, he's not seeing too much. Kadillaman just making a lot of noise around middle.
Yeah, it's the same wallbang spot, right? Who's gonna get the spam correct this time? No damage on either side. It's a very passive line from Fancy. You can see them all essentially on the same horizontal line across the map. It's just a Killjoy utility marking towards Link, and they're gonna walk in towards the crosshairs of Nia.
So he does actually send through the shot. Slight smokes obscuring vision. He still has an escape plan in the form of his high gear. He does land it! And managed to get away scot-free.
Just like that, you've got the man advantage. You can play for this retake setup, wait for the rest of the team. You've got so much initiator util to flush out the site.
Everyone's just prepared. Perhaps Borkum close range with the bandit, trying to fire off something, anything. He tries to look for it, hunt it down, but Twilight's up around the corner. His teammates falling all around him as well. Borkum, unfortunately, it's just Dignified, dug deep in the back halls, gets sussed out by salvos, and that's what this retake comp can do.
I kind of wanted to save this point for the second half when we have the post plans coming through, because 4 out of 5 of the agents on Fancy United have post plans in terms of the Molly, right? But this time, they just use it for a retake setup. Brimstone Molly in towards one of the corners. The salvos litter the entire back halls. There's nowhere to run. And if you're not playing destructive, if you're not baiting out the utility of the defense, you're gonna be faced up with an impossible task in these post plans, Quack.
It's really tough, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Now it's Kadillaman with their final buy for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, this time fully bottomed out. If you look at the ultimates, right, it's a little sliver of hope. NDG has got his Nightfall, Tomix 2 off of his Overdrive, and Borkum 1 off his Dimensional Drift. So if you're able to farm a couple of these ultimate orbs, get Tomix perhaps an opening kill or two, maybe you could use those ultimates in tandem, you know, Nightfall to get control of the site, Cosmic Divide for a post-plan position, or, you know, you could flip it around as well. But you also need to be careful. Twilight has his Armageddon. Those utilities, those ultimates, very potent, as we saw in the previous, to clear out sites for retakes. So again, it's a back and forth affair. Do you want to play offside? Do you want to play aggressive? Dillaman have a lot of things to figure out in this round, and it's going to be an important one, right? As you mentioned, money's bottomed out if they lose this.
Yeah, definitely feels like there's more pressure for Kadillaman. I mean, Fancy still has the options, like you mentioned. They can actually play offside if they so choose and go in for the retakes, as they've done so in the past several rounds. It's Kadillaman's game, if any. Maybe try to route something through middle, catch more of these crucial players off guard. Unfortunately, though, everything's being guarded. You've got nanoswarms and turrets online coming through from Fishio.
0 Point also sent towards A main. It clears the entire portion of the map out. No one was tagged. And that's why Fancy have just got all their forces here towards the mid part of the map. Flash in for the reclear. Nothing spotted. A reroute. And an inquisitive drone coming in from the Teho.
Drone is down.
Okay. And that confirms some of it, right? 50 seconds left, though, and Kadillaman starting to apply pressure, wanting to break through the initial line. Unfortunately, they're getting slowed and slowed. Special delivery. It's fragments as well that actually blow things up. A slight trade coming through, but Bukute still holding the line. Goes down to Borkum at the end. It's a 1v1 with Nia, who has all the momentum, all the space. Pops off the overdrive and tries to play it silent. Now makes some noise as he thinks his opponent might have gone over onto A main.
Oh, he has no idea, Quack. He has no clue whatsoever. This is around just on a solo platter for Borkum. Does not even need to use his utility. Wraps around the site, and it's a big clutch for Kadillaman.
I can't even begin to describe. What? They had everything.
They did. They had all the utility. It looked like it was going to be an easy Fancy round, right, Quack? But somehow the trades just flow in the way for Kadillaman. That's exactly what you need to have. Everyone committing and swinging off of their player's contact. So yeah, well, the utility has been great for Fancy. There's resilience from Kadillaman to actually pull them over the line.
Steadfast and post plant as well, and despite it being a 1v1. Round up though, and it's still the buys. It's still Nia with this operator up around B. He's not seeing too much. He's not pushing up either. In fact, it's Dignified all the way up A main.
Again, it's a similar setup from the previous. Dignified just trying to gain control for his team, push back the defenders, and yes, he has a great piece of map control. I would love if he just held it, waited for the rest of his team to gain control towards Art. And now you denied info as well, so it forces out more utility from Fancy. The Sky Smoke are coming in as the next layer.
Pretty lovely as well, and they have had this area under contention from before. Kadillaman should be anticipating it. The high-low now broken apart. Fancy trying to reposition.
Alright, Dignified now breaking the Killjoy Molly. This is what I like to see. This is what we need to see. Right, slowly baiting out defender utility, breaking apart the Killjoy utility, and then coming in for the commitment here.
Nightfall, Cosmic Divide, splits the side in half. Fancy trying to play around it. It's Yes I Can, tucked into dugout, looking, hoping for the right wall bangs. Early salvos getting sent in as well, while Kadillaman spreads all across the site. The spike still goes down regardless.
Big fight in towards mid. You're gonna catch on to Nia. Now they've got full control over mid. Every single one of Fancy now coming in from the backside. But Twilight though gonna catch Tomix in the midst of a spray. Armageddon committed, but it's only a single player in towards main. Doesn't tag onto anyone. Kadelaman with a great post-plan setup. 2 versus 2 now. 2 versus 2 in this situation. Spread apart are the players. The flash is great. Dignified can't see a thing, but he still gets the kill. You're kidding me. 1 versus 2 with Dignified. The fadeaway shot on a single point of HP. Kadelaman string 2 rounds in a row.
Stand up tall and deliver. This kill up around middle kind of made all the difference, but down to it at the end as well. Lovely bit of hero plays coming through from some of the players.
Insane stuff. How does Dignify stay alive in all the madness? Since the start of the round, he was the only player in A main, and he's the one to close it as well. That's the difference between fighting him as that first pick versus him actually staying alive till the end.
And that's the goods that Kadillaman needed to deliver, and they managed to do it right at the end. I mean, Dignified, making these plays happen, denying info, that's the kind of adaptation. But now Fancy's going to come in with their own. Timeout called. Not entirely sure as to what Neon might elect to do in the upcoming round, but safe to say it's not an op.
Yeah, I mean, financial, the bank not really speaking to them at the moment. Not able to purchase up that weapon, but yeah, I do like the trap setups, right? You can see that Fancy have. They find the information, they have a little bit of a trap setup, go for a little bit of a counter fight with the initiated utility, but at the same time, need to fight for something. A main is something that a lot of teams on defense side fight for. Fancy have not elected to do so in a lot of these rounds, and so are lacking that control of the map, and sometimes it leads to situations that we saw in the previous.
I'm out of here.
This time, it's a full-fledged attack here on towards this B site. Dimensional Drift invested, trying to spot out this defense side setup. They might just commit off the back of that.
Yeah, just gonna go in through fast lane, Tomix in, the rest of the team trying to get spiked through as well. The Prowler will spot out Nia, so while Fancy tries to get themselves set up for the retake, Tomix is gonna go even deeper. Looks for a couple of shots, or at least to slow them down with a relay, and he managed to do it alongside Dignified. The flash coming through. The rest of the team chasing in for the hunt. Yes, I can. Gives himself a brief moment of respite with a couple of flashes, while a couple more Fancy players start to push through from B link. Finding entry in towards the back of halls. NDG still up and good. Borkum holding on the line of defense, and Fishio, unfortunately, might just have to back off in this moment.
Yeah, this time the retake does not go in Fancy's favor at all. Kadillaman, off the back of their opponent's timeout, they find the groove. They understand how to play these post-plan positions. You cannot give Fancy the respect. You need to be aggressive, get scrappy in their face, take down multiple of these Fancy players, and that removes the utility. That removes the threat. You know, you can stay in the backhaul this time because you've eliminated a majority of that utility. So lovely stuff coming from Kadillaman. I like that proactiveness in that post plan. That's what we need to see more from them. 3 rounds now in a row.
Tied things up. May be able to go even further with it on their opponent's map pick as well. Kadillaman now slowing things down.
Again, I guess Kadillaman kind of expecting Fancy to do something creative because the last 3 rounds have not worked out for Fancy. But whether you call it stubborn, did he fat finger it? Why did he use his null command code? I
can only assume.
Oh dear, that's a massive ult. That could have been perfect for a retake setup, and now it's gone with still a minute left on the clock. No one's committed anything. It's literally just been thrown away to the wayside.
Yeah, unfortunately. 0 point at least confirms NDG's position, but now the main hit coming through from Art once more. It's worked out for Kadillaman before, but this time Tomix gets caught mid-spray, and the rest of the team has to kind of route off towards B.
It's another trap setup in towards Art. This time it nets them a kill despite them throwing away the KO ultimate.
Left.
It's a reroute from Kadillaman in towards this B side, which has worked out time and time again for them. So might as well give it yet another shot. It's free for taking. Nobody's home.
Oh,
Fancy,
God.
they need to orchestrate some sort of retake here with the lockdown internal.
What I do like is that Dignified still has 1 flash available, might be able to play off of it. He tries to use it gets a bit of information off, but at the same time, Yor has fallen. With that gone, you don't have as much killjoy utility to play post plant with, and with your players still trying to work around timing to catch players off guard from Fancy, you're going down! Suddenly it's a 1v5, and this entire round has gone south. Fancy will claim it instead.
Yeah, massive pick down towards mid. 2 picks, in fact. Alright, that first catch
Flawless.
on Atomics, and then the second one of the Lurk player. And then Fancy, it seemed like they didn't even need a null command. You just threw it away. We could still retake the site.
Oh my.
That's the power of the initiators, right? Again, you can see the Teho drone there just to spot out their lurker, make sure that no one's in on the flank, and honestly, they didn't even need to use the Killjoy ultimate. Just a bit of an insurance policy.
Yeah, at least on Fancy's side, a little bit more questionable coming from Kadillaman, or not just not being able to take further space off after the spike plant. Unfortunate, but we will move on. And now it's Fancy with Nia once again on the B side, backing off and setting up for a retake.
I'll have to point this out quick. I've seen the same setup like what? 4 or 5 times in a row for Fancy. Again, it's a double initiators in towards Art. And no one in towards this B side. It's again gonna be a retake setup, but Fancy, they are so comfortable doing so. Again, Kadillaman need to be aggressive.
And they're gonna try again. It worked out for Fancy in the previous round though. Perhaps this time might be different, especially with the Nightfall getting sent through. It's still just buying a bit of time, but now players have backed off. Dignified into the corner, Borkum face front in towards B Link. Dignified TPing away to watch out from the back, but at the same time, it's Tomix up close, up front, and personal. Nia just gonna slide on through though. They managed to take down Borkum. Now the rest of the team all up around Pillar, and the spams are good. Right through the smokes. 2 players left from Fancy United, and time is ticking. They try to body block it, but it's not working out too good. Kadillaman strike back.
A little bit of a fumble this time from Fancy. Not as clean as you would like on the retake. And using up a decent amount of the utility, and the post plant is perfect. So you play a little bit disruptive on the sides. You let the players with the post plant utility play out towards long, play around the pillar, waste out all the util for Fancy. They spray them down right at the final line. So 5 to 5, Quack. We're all tied up yet again.
Their fears
Fancy.
betrayed them.
Same setups for a couple of rounds in a row. This time they're changing it up. Very heavy towards B, expecting Kadillaman to yet again try the weaker side.
So far, so good. Kadillaman seemingly doing the same thing as well. Perhaps once
Super passive.
again.
Right, yeah. As if you're Kadillaman, you're hoping to see if someone walks up towards B long, but I Fancy's protocols just not be aggressive anywhere. Play for the retakes, play for the crossfires within the sites. Again, they're gonna situate Tomix up close and personal. He's got the overdrive. Able to get the opening pick though.
Shocking.
Smokes dispersed. It's up to Nia, who this time elects to stay on the site. Back lines being held. The rest of the team trying to break through from E-Link, but they're getting shot down. Nia continuing to dance back and forth around the corners. Comes up with the triple. Fancy reach up to the 6th.
Amazing adaptations coming in from Fancy. Double nanoswarms, back hauls. Does not allow them to get control over the site at all. They flood in for the retake. Nia holds the ground back site and gets a triple kill off the back of that. Lovely utility. Even the salvos from Twilights just add insult to injury right at that entry point, that choke point to enter back hauls. They prevent Kadillaman from getting control of the site. They prevent them from getting around with.
And that's what Fancy can do round to round with the slight adjustments that they make. But this time they're back to it again.
Yeah, I mean, we change up for 1 round, put the fear of God in Kadillaman with a clean sweep of a round, and look at that, it's decentralized them towards B. Again, Kadillaman hit towards B to try something different.
Gun's not fully supporting this time, but at least Tomix does have the overdrive. Just waiting for perhaps the right utility, but you're right.
Judge.
Judge around the corner. Twilight possibly to support the turrets as well, and at least Fancy will be able to backpedal away from it.
Running low. Dark gun.
for retake setup yet again, Quack. It's the retake simulator here for Fancy, but it's been working out. Can they play disruptive? Can Kadillaman break apart these players, break apart and steal away some utility before they flood in towards this side? Overdrive and the orbital strike available for Fancy, and Dignified wants to play disruptive.
Tries. He's so low though, but he will spray alongside Yor, at least getting down one. Tomix's overdrive unfortunately has expanded, and now it's Nia's turn to go and push further deeper in. Yor spouting out from the smokes, but unfortunately caught at the end by Fishio towards the back lines. Fancy will be the ones to take away this first half, 7-5.
Disruptive, but not disruptive enough. Kadillaman gave it a damn good try, but Fancy's utility and synergy as a team was just
Switching sides.
way too oppressive. Look at the amount of diffusers in this half. We'll take a look at it later on, but just to recap this round, right? Twilight gets taken down, but it's the Brimstone with the orbital strike that flushes all of them out of position into the crossfires of Fancy. And just like that, their playstyle, their unique setups, gets them that lead in the half as we head over to the second.
Yeah, and I just caught a quick glimpse of it as well. It's 5 out of 7 wins were retakes. And that's what they are angling to do with this composition of theirs. Fancy United.
Yeah, and if you just recall back to, what was the round that, was it Borkum that won in the 1v1? Imagine if that round goes the other way. We're going to see a completely different scenario, right? That could have been 2 rounds in a row strong for Fancy United. This could be, what, a 9-3 half. So...
You just really want your predictions, huh?
No, I'm just saying, you know, it's scrappy the rounds that Kadillaman have won. Yes, I get it. It's kind of their playstyle, their win condition, but they really need to turn up the ante in this second half if they really want to stand a chance here.
That's, yeah, I mean... You're down 5-7. You definitely need to bring something up. I can applaud the effort. You know, you definitely see them trying to do it more and more, but maybe recognizing Fancy's game plan a little bit too late. You know, you started to see them really try to go for these fights after the spike goes down around B. You push in towards B link more and more. Maybe Yor tries to set up some utility around the connector positions, but Fancy still is able to go in for those trades, go in for those fights. Why? Because they've been holding on to their utility for most of the round, and it's just the way that they play. It's tough for Kadillaman, but now they're onto defense. Let's see.
All right, double duelist on defense. I'm gonna say the same thing as I did on Haven. You need to be proactive. You need to take map control. I don't care if it's B long, I don't care if it's A main. You need to take something.
Oh, you got 2 duelists up towards A right now for Kadillaman. They're pushing through. Tomix, a little bit of a jiggle spot. You got the relays going through. Smokes instantly set up, but look at Fancy. No care in the world. A shot fired through from Tomix, but Nia's got his eyes set onto the spike. Gets off of it. Still, he's got support from the rest of his team. They continue to push all the way through towards backside until a slight breather comes in.
I really like those smokes. It actually gave Kadillaman an opportunity to flood into the A site. Flash out of the smoke as well. And there's just not enough space for Fancy to play around. So pick up the spike. Go for a bit of a reroute. A reconsideration of the commitment. And Kadillaman, they're getting a whiff of it as well. They've fully vacated this A site. Running all the way back towards B. And you see Borkum happy to just stay alive down towards mid. He's got stars on that B site. Can still assist his team a while away. But Kadillaman, they're not even going to try. They're just going to play for a full retake setup. Give them the respect and the spike plant coming together as 3.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I can. I don't know if that's a little too greedy. Does get information at least. Tosses down the fragment. I thought he was going to use it for a post-plant. Instead, it's Twilight with the salvo post-plant. Yes, I can. Continue to peek around when he takes down Borkum. All of a sudden, it's a full 2v2. Yes, I can is low HP, but he gets to reposition however he wants. Twilight tries to buy time just for a second longer. Meanwhile, though, Kadillaman's still relatively healthy enough. Tries to go for the body block while Tomix sticks onto the spike. He's trying to get it all the way through. He gets the defuse at the end.
away. How? Small little margins, Quack. Tiny little margins result in a very different outcome. And again, here you can see them just so much fighting within the attacker side of Smoke. That wasn't even the defender sided, right? Big fight here from Yes I Can. I thought that they would have won it out because of his win there towards short, but Spike was very deep on the side. Twilight not committing on the swing initially. If he did, I think it would have very much been Fancy United's round, but Kadillaman, thanking the lucky stars that fate is on their side today.
I'll see if those lucky stars can string together for even more, as they did lose one of the thrifties in the previous map. Right now, though, it's just full-on send it coming in from Fancy. Quick response, but another response from Twilight. No, we're losing guns now, Colden.
I'm going to lose a couple of hairs as well. This is frustrating for Kadillaman. How have you given over a free B site? The double setup down towards mid. That's them only a single kill, and guess who's alive? It's all the agents with postman utility.
Oh, God.
2 salvos, a molly, 2 nanoswarms, official, a molly on Bakute. All of them have postman util, Quack.
They're just waiting for it as well. I mean, look at the positioning from Twilight all the way towards the back B long. Slight movements coming through from Kadillaman, and it's just Fancy United trying to buy time off of the spike. Incendiary tossed in. Borkham and Tomix trying to look for the best play. But you can't body block salvos. You can shoot down nano swarms. You have got the spike to at least halfway. Can you stick it all the way down? Fishio up from the back. It's Twilight from the front. Fancy takes it right from underneath Kadillaman's noses.
Oh dear God. How they fumbled it again. Map 1. Kadillaman had the pistol round win. They fumbled the second round. And it's the same thing that happened this time. They gave them the site, they gave them the post plants, and look at the utility. It's just flooding in from God knows where. And Twilight will not make the same mistake twice. This time he commits on the swing, gets the spray down of the 2, and Fancy United back to winning ways.
Oh my God, Colin. It's the duality. Fancy made a mistake in that pistol. Now it's Kadillaman's turn. But here's the thing, Fancy, they get to build up momentum off of this. They're holding back. Kadillaman pushes all the way up A main, but Fishio is there to support! 3 players down. And it's just Borkham to try to pick up the pieces. Except there's nothing to really pick up.
Yeah, well, he can just guard over the corpses of his teammates. Fishio, the guardian angel. You know, Twilight, I think, stuck in that corner, just calling for help. Guys, I'm stunned. They're going to run me down. And Fishio just takes the initiative, swings out wide, protects his teammate, saves, you know, the potential weapon being given across. That's the teamwork coming in from Fancy. We've seen it time and time again. Fancy are not just a ragtag team of Vietnamese players that just run into the server willy-nilly. They've got protocols. They've got ideals that they strive for. And again, they keep this round as clean as can be. Something that Kadillaman have struggled so far.
Yeah. Ideals that they strive for.
Yeah.
Man's a poet. What kind of ideals are you striving for in a Valorant game?
Listen. Fancy United have been here and they will still remain here to put a name for their region on this map in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
They won't go down without a fight. They keep things nice and clean. Fishio with the quad kill that racks up a couple of ultimate points for his ultimate.
You know what?
See here again, look at the cover fire.
Yeah. And that's fair as well. I mean, you're absolutely right. We do have Stage 1 Pacific playoffs roadshow at Ho Chi Minh, which is very lovely.
Yeah.
And you also have the likes of Crazy Guy as well. I mean, how lovely would it be to have a team like Fancy kind of match up to that performance, to be able to step up to that possibly through the path to champions. So, you know, I'll eat my words. We'll see what happens. But for now, it's Kadillaman now with the bye. You got the Odin coming in. Positioned all the way towards A. They're not seeing anything though.
Yeah, bad read coming in from Kadillaman. I mean, they tried to take control over towards A. Yes, they do. But again, it's going to be a weak B side. What can Yer do here?
He does have to judge inside of smokes. Oh, the jumping phantom? Was that? Did I see that right? All the way through. Fancy just do not stop. and now they're getting the spike planted in. Mia still fully healthy, unfortunately blinded at the end, but still his team is there to support, but there goes the Odin. Now it's Fishio's turn as he steps all the way through from B-Link, possibly a little bit late. KDM not on the spike just yet. The Prowler comes in to check and does not confirm. Fishio, slight timing, steps a little bit too ahead though. Lands the first shot, but not the subsequent one, and Borkum takes the round for Kadillaman.
Thank God, Kadillaman. Alright, playing off of the context, swinging out wide. Borkum with a very much needed round win here for Kadillaman. It looks sketchy, right? Jumping in towards the smoke. I thought that Fancy would have overrun the side, but it was actually a great survival smoke. Gave him something to play around from, and then even acted as a bit of a flood retake smoke. You can see here, just sliding straight in, a great flash. Tomix here sliding in towards the side, and the trades as well. Played the 1v2 to perfection. And yeah, Kadillaman holding on, just to a sliver, but nonetheless a round to their name.
Yeah, 2 round differentials, still not the worst thing in the world, but Fancy have called in their timeout. Coach Kawa wanting to right some wrongs, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything wrong in what Fancy did. I think it was just a great setup coming in from Kadillaman, knowing that, hey, we've got 4 players on the A side of the map. We need some ideas on how we want to retake B. That survival smoke was brilliant, but now the question is, how does Fancy tear that apart? Do they want to play a little bit slower, maybe bait out that smoke to come out first and then go into the site after that has expired? Or, you could even just push back the A main players, because that is part of the map that Kadillaman have been very much eyeing for, and looks like it's going to be a repeat again. 4 players on that A side of the map, but Fancy want to meet them right at the door.
Got the Armageddon as well. I mean, that's just an option for you to be able to break things apart, especially with Teo utility. Kadillaman, will they actually contest for this position? They're actually holding, further back. Thrown in. Flash popped across, but unfortunately corner not checked! It's dignified! Swings the judge around, and now it's just Twilight to try to reclaim things back for the time being.
Okay, so we've seen a judge on the B side, now we're seeing a judge on the A side, and both of them, well, at least the second one netting a lot more kills than the first. Triple kill. No one checking that corner around the smoke. Twilight.
Last player
How do you
standing.
pull this one apart? Not gonna be successful. Yes, I can. Far from the action, unable to trade out his teammate. So the 1v3 has to be attempted for. Spike in enemy territory. You've got the turret to watch the front. Towards A main. The 3 players marking the other 3 potential entry points.
Perhaps even a flash to play around at least, but unfortunately a little bit too much to contend with. It's going to be the save instead. Kadillaman.
30
I mean, it just comes down to that judge, doesn't it, Colden?
Yeah. It's a very thin line to ride, if they throw in a Teho drone. It spots out the judge. That round could be done and dusted right there and then, spammed out through the smoke. But being able to find that
seconds
small
left.
little gap, I think that's a skill in and of itself. So shout out to Kadillaman for finding a little gap in the utility, in the attack side. And just like that, round
small
ends.
little gap. Small little gap might have expanded into something bigger. Dignified now sitting on Dimensional Drift. Could use it for a retake. We'll take those. We'll take those.
Lovely stuff. I think orchestrated a little bit by his teammates' Astra Smoke. Bleeds into the site just a little bit, so it gives him a small little corner to play around. Dodging the flashes, whatever utility might come through. So yeah. Fancy, gotta tighten things up. Make sure that you find those traits, expect those judges, because you've seen it on both sides of the map, so let's use our initiator utility to find out as much info as we can.
No. It's Fancy. It's the Fancy United way. We just send it round after round. Okay, not doing it this time. We do see the 0 point and the stealth drone coming in to clear early portions of the map.
Stuff, it's kept the defense at bay. Pretty passive all across the
Portal
map,
closed.
despite it being double duelists. Don't have too much map control. Only really down towards mid. You've got the judge again. But seems like Fancy are avoiding it for the time being at least.
Just please don't face check. Just please don't.
Placing
No,
swarm
no.
grenade.
Okay.
Swarm grenade.
Yes. Utility's fine. Alright.
Enemy down.
We got something here.
Wait, does he not have a gate
Fancy.
crash? Hello?
Unfortunately, I don't know. I was not paying attention to that, but Fancy doing things right for now.
That's the whole point of a Yoru, no? He can get out of harm's way. Orkum's gonna try his best. He'll test it.
Down
One for one's not great. You lose your smokes.
And then perhaps you're coming up from behind, but it takes a bit of timing to be able to do that. Unfortunately, the shot's whipping as well into the second. Gives a slight opening for Tomix to go in overdrive. He's trying to laser beam all across, through and through. Fast lane set up. Oh my goodness, and then Nia goes off to the spike as well. Unfortunately though, teammate going down, and it's the
Time.
Odin of all things. You're running out of time, and he's down to 1 HP. Goes down at the end, and it's Kadillaman tying things up.
They have
Man,
courage.
what a scrappy round. A big mistake coming in from Dignified here. I don't think he had the gate crash set up.
No.
So, yeah. Credit to Fancy for whittling down the time, but shout out to Euro coming in from the flank, thin out the numbers, but it's Tomix here, just buying so much time for his team, wasting the time of Fancy, and allowing that Odin to eventually find his mark right at the end. Low HP player, big timeout being taken now by Kadillaman, and I can see why. Look on both
Ooh.
sides of the battlefield, Quack. There's so many ultimates. God, I don't know what's gonna happen. Fancy is just
Absolutely.
the freaking, I don't know what you call it. It's just they've got carpet bombs, they've got a nuclear strike, they've got lightning coming out of their fingers, the whole arsenal and more.
Okay, that's actually, yeah, that was some pretty good terms to use for ultimates. But you're absolutely right. I mean, calling this, maybe if you're able to, I don't know, bait some of them out or play off-site more to let Fancy dump some of their alts initially, and then you come in with your own with the lockdown and the dimensional drift that Dignified has. These are options, and it's a very sound timeout to call, especially at this point, because again, you're sitting down 0-1. Fancy could still walk away with this map, especially if they actually manage to take this round. If they don't, however, they're going to be broke.
I find it hard to see how Kadillaman are gonna be able to best these ults. I mean, Fancy can just layer one ult for each choke point that they want to go through. They're never gonna use it. Just running straight in, Quack.
Okay, no command at least. NDG! Oh, he tried. He's toying with death at that point, but now hops up to the ledge, takes down Nia, and here come the post-plant utilities. Surely at some point you will see Orbital Strike, Armageddon. We're waiting for it. We're drooling at the thought of it coming through. Now it's Nanoswarms. Defending Lockdown gets deployed. And everyone's sending it all through into the round. Dignified hops on in, gets taken out by Fishio. Kadillaman trying to create space, block Fishio away from the spike.
Armageddon.
Onto the spike now, though. Armageddon gets sent in, and time. Borkum just sticks it. It's enough. Kadillaman managed to sneak the round back in away from Fancy.
No way! How did they get out of there? There were 5 ults on the board, 4 invested. They got the spike down so instantaneously. I thought there was no chance they're gonna fumble it because there's so much post-plant utility between the mollies, between the ultimates. But somehow, Kadillaman just find a gap in this post-plant. They stick the spike. They avoid all of the utility. Such a swift retake as well. That got them enough time for the endeavor to even pan out. So that is the 1 in 99, 1 in the 100th chance for you to win a round when your opponent invested all 4 ults.
Oh my goodness. Or a slight fumble perhaps, unfortunate for Fancy. Now, next round up. Weaker buy, and they just walk on through in towards B-Link and towards Connector.
There is still 1 ultimate available, Quack. You gotta give it its due respect. And look how deep Fancy have managed to sneak themselves in down towards mid.
Okay. So maybe they path through stairs, get the spike down, but what about A main now? Kadillaman, they're all set up.
Yeah, it's a great position for Kadillaman. They just need to hold on to A main, wait for the rest of the team to come in for a retake.
Just waiting for it. Relay sent perhaps early, revealing position, trying to get some spams going through as well. NDG not using the siege just yet. He's got the Odin and he's trying to stay tucked in. Spams through, gets all 4! Cadilla Man move up to 11 rounds now.
And with a roar from NDG, Cadilla-man convincingly now in that lead. 2 incredible rounds falling apart from Fancy. Odin, the perfect weapon for the job. Just mows all of them down, not expecting that second layer of defense from Cadilla-man. And that's 5 rounds in a row on this defensive side with double duelists. Not the easiest endeavor, but still, they're making it work. 2 more rounds required to push us to a 3rd map.
Almost feels as though the wheels are coming off of this Fancy United vehicle now. But back into it again, we're back over onto the V site. This time it's a drone out first.
3 players litter this side, Quack. It's heavily guarded.
Oh, it's a judge again. Inside the smoke! He has been taken down, decapitated, the tip of the spear blunted. Yes, I can, though. We'll just continue to poke and prod the rest of the team, not backing down from this fight. Cadilla-man digging themselves deep into the site as well, however, and they are just prepared, waiting to spring the trap. First one goes through, and then for the rest of Fancy to try to pick up the pieces. The spike has been dropped, my friends.
They're waiting for the mid look to come through. Someone needs to break that scan. It does so. Fishio, man of the hour. First one's nice. How did they take apart this defensive side? Yes, I can with a follow-up. How is Cadilla-man gonna fumble this one? 4 versus 3. They've lost 3 in the blink of an eye. Take the fight. There's a judge and no hope. Just a single point of HP left. They'll find the first, but his position has been revealed.
Okay. Get crashed back. Could possibly play around it. He's trying to use the judge back into its back halls, where it would be more effective. Maybe not fully spotted yet. And up behind, if he can land a flicks just nice. Unfortunately, pulls out the judge though, and yes, I can! Undetected! Will take the round back for Fancy.
Oh, the back and forth of Quack. It looked like it could be either one of these teams' rounds if you pause it at any moment of this round. Tomic, with that big catch, drops the spike, but they did not... Oh, they were not aware of Fishio's positioning. Tore apart the crossfires. Put Dignified in an impossible situation, but in fact made it ever so close. One shot of the judge in the right position, and that would have been a very different round, but here we go, both teams up to double digits. This time a fight on the other side of the map. A main perhaps on the cards, but Cadilla-man only just sending in a prowler for the time being.
Slight high-low setup around the edge of A main as well. Got the gate crash sent back across too, so possibly able to support the side if needed. But otherwise, no real information apart from it. They hear it now and they send it through. It's Nightfall out from NDG, takes down the first point of contact. And then it's Yes I Can who falls. The rest of Fancy just try to send it through, but walk straight into the judge once again. And now it's Fishio left. 8 rounds in the mag, and so many targets to hit. He's slowly running out, so backed off into safety. 1 sliver of health. And 2 targets to take down.
He's got to land an instantaneous hit shot. Okay, alarm bot goes offline, so he has an idea that the Killjoy has rotated off towards that A side. He has a lot of time to work with. It's an open plant as well. He has so many options, every option in the book. But with no utility, he needs to just put his life on the line. Cadilla-man, if they just double up, this should be an easy open and shut case.
We've seen fumbles from both sides, but perhaps a bit more faith for Cadilla-man in this circumstance. Oh, it's such a good position to get and isolate those duels as well. Turret in. Oh, but not quite connecting. Your flicks upwards, and it's Cadilla-man up to map point.
Is Cadilla-man gonna be the first team to break Fancy's streak? It's been 5 wins, 0 losses on Pearl thus far this year. Are they gonna be the first team to give Fancy the first loss and push us to a 3rd map? Cadilla-man with everything on the line. Reminder, guys, Cadilla-man need this series round win here. Oh, sorry, no, Fancy need a series win here to stand a chance to qualify for the playoffs. So a lot riding on this line. And look at the money, Quack. It's horrendous for Fancy. This is the last round, potentially. And they've got a bucket. Sheriffs, only a single rifle in the hands of Yes I Can.
Oh, and this is just so worrisome. I mean, not just in terms of the weaponry as well, but the fact that not taking this map might hurt their chances at making it through group. We'll touch on that a little bit later. Right now, it's Nia all the way backside already. Still looking for the player inside the smokes. Now it's a shotgun being taken down. There's a chance. Coleman, it's slim, but it's there. The spike planted, and NDG, alongside the rest of the squad, trying to look for open lines of sight, but it's all smoked off. They start to send in and create their own vision now. In with the fast lane, Tomix breaks off the first point. Twilight shoots off the back. Now it's Tomix's turn, and he has to come up with the goods.
Fischio.
Borkum up with the double, and it's just Fischio left. He's got naught but a sheriff. Goes in for the swing, and he's cut down by the torso. Borkum, the headshot. Cadillaman close out this map 13-10.
What an insane rally back from Cadillaman. The darkness rises. And look at this whole of a map that they've stolen away from Fancy United. This was their home map. This is their best map. And they've just torn it apart in that second half. How have they done it? I mean, time and time again, it's dynamic setups. Fancy had such a great read, but I think the backbreaker had to be that round where all the ultimates were invested. And then Cadillaman just stole that momentum and everything.
I absolutely have to concur and agree with you. Lots of fumbles, I think, from both sides, and there was still a chance for Fancy to be able to take it home, but ultimately, that one round, that many ultimates, and Cadillaman still being able to turn it around, definitely had to do some, mental damage, some damage in terms of utility as well.
That was not easy as well for the last round, right? It was a 3 versus 5, and yeah, look at this round again. So many ultimates being invested. The Killjoy lockdown in the mix. You got the Cosmic Divide. There's Armageddon being thrown in, but still the spike stuck. Threw away all those ultimates. The eco round again. This one, the Mowdown coming in from NDG. And I think from then on, Fancy just lost all their steam.
Lost all, I think, options, really. I mean, you still saw them, sending it, which is what Fancy tends to do on a lot of these rounds, but without the options, without the ability to hold much post-plant, they really just didn't have much else left in the tank for the remainder of the map, like you mentioned. The one round that they actually did come up and it looked really good was Fischio on that flank. But apart from that, this will be the result. Cadillaman standing up.
Yeah, and guess who's the MVP? NDG. IGL for the squad, and he was the one roaring in that round with that Odin. Sits atop 21 kills, 15 deaths as the initiator, and that IGL leading by example, getting his team over the finish line, over... Again, it's crazy to imagine that the first loss in Fancy's streak here on Pearl is to Cadillaman. Thought that this would be a done deal. Once we reach this map, Fancy just looks so good, especially in that first half. Swapped over the sides, and Cadillaman right at the tail end, finding that momentum, as well as those two big clutches that we've had through this map, really kind of tilted the scales to their favor.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole ordeal. I mean, you had the first half going the way that it did, but down in the second half on this defense is where you really start to see Cadillaman shine. We were thinking that it would have to have been more proactiveness, but it's proactiveness in terms of NDG retrieving info for the team, trying to piece together or dispel the fog of war, figure out where Fancy might try to play around, and then perhaps calling for his teammates to play in certain positions. That's why we have Dignified, or perhaps even at times Yor, hiding inside of these smokes with judges. It's those specific plays that really slowed things down, really broke Fancy apart, and I think that's why, he's going to be that MVP. Apart from that, though, I mean, hold on, this is what I was thinking about. With the fact that it's 1-1, I mean, I think, if I'm not wrong, Fancy actually needs to possibly take it 2-0, or at least have, a big map differential because even if they do win it 2-1, they're gonna maybe sit at a tie against 555 in their group. There's a little bit of math to do there. We'll figure it out over the break, but there's a slight chance that Fancy might not qualify even if they win. So for now, we're gonna toss it to a quick break, but after this, right back, Fancy United versus Cadillman. Okay, we're back. I'm scratching my head because that was a very perplexing game to watch on Pearl between Fancy United and Kadillaman, ending 13-10. Of course, though, we are moving forward onto the final map of Bind. At the same time, what are the stakes of this entire matchup here, Coldan? I mean, Fancy, if they lose this, they are out, right?
Yeah, so as far as my math goes, I'm pretty sure that if Fancy lose this, then they are most definitely going to be out of, split one.
The groups, yeah.
The group stage, obviously, since they already lost their first match up against 555. So a lot's going to ride on this final map here, and if the pressure wasn't high on Pearl, well, it's going to be through the roof here because, yeah, this is a map that, Kadillaman are also pretty decent on. They've got some wins under the belt, albeit a recent loss to Trinity, but, Trinity are that Mongolian death squad. On the other hand, Fancy United, they themselves have got a shaky track record so far. It's a map, they had struggled against For Shurima, especially in the grand finals of the Vietnam qualifier, and we've seen For Shurima not be exactly the biggest threat on server. So if you're struggling against a team like them, what more can be said about Kadillaman?
You know what? Actually, that just reminds me that that For Shuriman grand final game, especially because that one started out in Bind. Now you can already see you're like trying to hold in a giggle, a laugh. They started 0-9 on that one. I don't know what happened there. I think if I recall from what I saw, it's just they weren't able to do anything against For Shuriman. For Shuriman was playing a double duelist. What Fancy United tends to play on Bind, I don't know if they're going to change it up today, but it tends to be Nia on a solo Waylay. Nia's known now for his Neon. He's been so good with how he finds these entries. He breaks a lot of open lines. His whole team is there to support as well, which is, when it does happen, it's great. But solo Waylay, I don't know how that fits in with this puzzle.
Yeah. Okay. So Fancy were really struggling on the defense side, right, to kick off their bind, the last bind that they played. Everyone really just struggled immensely on that side. It was the attacking side that actually showed a little bit of promise. Nia actually went pretty decent on that attacking side, 15-5, matter of fact. So I think whichever team, like depending on which team starts on which side, I think that's going to influence the outcome quite immensely. Also take into consideration, right, that the composition for Kadillaman is rather unique on this map as well. It's one of the few maps that Kadillaman don't play the double duelist. Instead, it's going to be Sage being picked up by Dignified. So yeah, it's an interesting approach, and well, never mind what I just said because they're changing the comp again.
Okay. All right, we're changing it back to your Waylay.
All right, so
Fancy though.
Hey, they're fully bought in the double duelist setup. Fancy on the other side of things, still gonna keep to that double initiator with Nia as that Waylay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I feel like we could do a lot of analyzing how the gameplay is gonna be, but honestly,
give
the
me some
second
theory.
half. Okay, let me finish my point, right? So, on the second half, Kadillaman just kind of adapted on the fly, which is something that I really love to see. And I really did believe that Fancy were going to be able to close things out with the ultimates and the economy they had, the positioning. But at the moment, I believe the momentum is fully on Kadillaman's side. You can see the energy in their camp when they won. They know how much this means to them as a team coming up all the way from the premier qualifiers. Taking down a team such as Fancy, putting them up in contention to even qualify for the playoffs. It's gonna be a massive prize for them if they can cross over the line here. A change in setup, Dignified on that Euro, something that I much prefer with the Sage. So yeah, Kadillaman, they've got all the right pieces, they just need to string it together.
Right. I mean, I'm in line with what you're saying. Apart from the Sage, it's also Astra towards Brimstone now, which lends to more post-plant utility. If Dignified alongside Tomix can do similar things to what they did from the previous map, then we would have a real game on our hands. Then we would have Kadillaman, you know, showing us something a lot stronger. It's a good change. We have to see how they will perform with it. Meanwhile, for Fancy, it's comfort for them. It might not have been the best performances for the past 2 maps, but perhaps they will be able to pull something out of that right now. A lot of D-main, a lot of showers as well. The slight little teleporter coming through now from Nia. But it's also Ghost Signal from Kadillaman to try to break into B.
Oh, but the Molly's gonna stop them right in their tracks. A lovely trap setup coming in from Fancy to find that opening pick. And now they're just gonna try to pop through the smoke. Fishio easily picks them off. They'll try their best to flood in towards the side, but Fishio still the double. Hold on to the back of side as well. Kadillaman just stuck at the choke point.
Yeah, back against this toxic screen. You don't really want to be able to push through it, and you don't really have a full option to run through the teleporter as well because you don't know what's on the other side. So just waiting for it to drop. But this gives Fancy all the time that they need to begin to set up. Fishio still jiggling around the corner. You've got Nia beginning to make his move out towards elbow now. And Yes I Can just joins in the fight at the very end. Classic kills coming through. Fancy pick up the pistol.
Okay. We've seen it on Pearl, and this time again in the pistol, instant trap setup. Similar scenes to something that they did on that Pearl A, art position. Off a bit of contact, they throw in the null. Where was it? Was it 0 point? The 0 point knife, right? Removes the ability for the Yoru to teleport away. Able to find that opening pick. And something that you're not too expecting, like when you're Yoru. Don't really see a lot of KOs in the mix. They're definitely gonna catch them off guard there.
At least for the upcoming round as well, though. You mentioned the Yoru, the KO as well. Options for both teams, but not so much this time for Kadillaman. It's the Marshals. We saw it on Haven. Nia tends to go off on his own journey as well. Oh god! Flash the corner unchecked. Buq able to capitalize off of it, and Nia coming back in as well. It's a flawless picked up for Fancy.
Yeah, I love that Fancy are just so proficient in the anti-ecos, right? Very, very comfortable using the Marshal, and you can see why. Just the no-scope accuracy is just off the charts. Nia's gonna easily pick up 3 kills. That's just gonna add towards his, his ultimate. 2 off already in the round number 3, and only 2 kills in total for your Kadillaman. Let's see if they can get off that goose egg here with the anti-bonus. Instant smoke and tap of the orb gets Nia 1 off his conversion paths already, so he finds a pick. This could be a big ult they could use here. Convert this bonus.
Especially if he just happens to maybe spam through the smoke. He's gonna stay hidden for now, though. Back into sight. Kadillaman still trying to do perhaps a little bit something with Dignified, but he doesn't have the gate crash anymore.
Fancy very much willing to give a lot of the map control over to Kadillaman. They believe very much in their crossfire setups. Yeah, one more timing. Oh my lord, dodges the Sky Trailblazer. 1 tap to the head of Tomix. That's man advantage and the ult for Nia.
Makes things a lot more difficult for Kadillaman to really find entry now. Screen possibly able to come back up, maybe not even needed. And if you're thinking about the A site, don't. There are 3 players there from Fancy.
We'll try 1 by 1, try to go for a bit of a contact play, walking towards the side, but Yes I Can's got the pop flash in tow. Oh my lord, Borkham staring at a wall. Dignified trying to go for the refrag, but gets obliterated as well.
Leaves us with the B site. Players still around the corner. Possible chance for Nia to send in convergent paths, but maybe not even. Maybe he's gonna hold on to it for an upcoming round, waiting for the rest of the team to make some noise first before he makes his move. Kadillaman tries to assert their dominance, pushing all the way through into elbow. They took down Nia. Now back onto the site. 3 players all swinging at the same time. It's Fishio trying to stand tall, but ultimately surrounded at the end. Kadillaman goes down and Fancy convert up to the bonus win.
Technically the bonus, but in all honesty, Fancy actually committed quite a bit of money in towards this round. And all of them with the rifle, so I love that approach as well, something kind of off meta. And Nia, I mean, just individual prowess, so aware. Yes, I can with a bit of a sidestep, evades that trade frag. And while Nia goes down, it's a very swift trade coming in from the backside players. Fishio just toying with his food, spam to the wall, just to draw the attention. The rest of the team swings out, so very, very clean protocols coming in from Fancy. And if they keep things up, it's
Smoke's down.
gonna be another very difficult half for Cadillaman.
I mean, they definitely can, right? You got the Outlaw, you got Convergent Paths, more ults that can be built on, especially because of how many players they have now all online.
Bucky and Tomix. Oh, look at this. Look at where Bukyu's playing. He's not even gonna bother. You can have the site. We're just gonna retake it. We've got the Convergent Paths. Where are you gonna hide?
Similar ideas to what we saw from them on Pearl. It's always strong retakes, but of course they always come with slight caveats. At least for this round, the one thing you want to look out for is that Bucky in the hands of Tomix, right around the edges of the smoke. Dignified goes down at the very least, up towards elbow, so an alternate avenue of entry for Cadillaman, but now it's Convergent Path sent in. Oh, you just can't do anything with the Bucky at that point. Now the rest of the site to go on through. Early post-plant utility being dumped in, but not fully onto the spike just yet. Fancy still has time, and they are taking down players as they go along. Off to the spike then, and it's the defuse all the way down. 4-0.
Very, very clean again. I mean, it's kind of insane to fathom, right? That Fancy struggled so much internationally, even just within Southeast Asia. But on paper, their protocols, their teamwork are looking like a well-oiled machine. They're looking like a caliber that a top team would have. And that's something that we're kind of growing to expect now from the side of Fancy. So the question is really, can they keep this up? Because again, flawless retake coming in, only losing a single player in the mix.
Man, where were you during their game against 555? You got so many nice things to say about Fancy.
Maybe, yeah, okay. Maybe I am overglazing a little bit, but it's just I'm happy for them, right? Because the Vietnamese region, right? They have a big fan base. They're getting events in Vietnam as well. So it'll be amazing if they have a team that can, you know, contend for the upper echelons of Southeast Asia. But at the same time, Cadillaman with a lot to prove here. Down 0-4, a big timeout being taken, Quack. Look at the ultimates. You've got two players, Viper and Sky, both one of their ultimates. Could be something they could be looking to play for.
Definitely, for sure. I mean, at least trying to build up towards that. 1 point away. Maybe you want to go towards the alt orbs. Cadillaman, alongside Coach Landry. I mean, this is their first opening game facing a tough opponent like Fancy. You really would love to see a lot more coming from them.
There.
Gotta get past this first op though. Nia's just gotta stand and fight. Looking for more. It's got a backup and assistance. Lonnie comes in. He's still searching. And oh, somehow just gets away scot-free. But meanwhile, space taken though by the side of KDM.
Just a bit. Just a bit. Still got the console screen to contend with. Nia being able to dance around with the utility coming in. It's going to be the guiding light that gives Cadillaman entry, but still not enough to really stand against Fancy. Cute with the trades. NDG trades right back, and then the Seekers get deployed. Spike planted 2v2.
Great Seekers. Now they know exactly where they're coming from. But Yes I Can has got a full belt of utility. Same can be said by Twilight. So they've got the double initiators with everything they could ask for. How do they orchestrate this one?
Enemy remaining.
Not like that. Unfortunate with the early positioning from NDG, perhaps thanks to the Seekers, but now it's just Twilight. He's slowly running out of time as well. Salvo's not going to be able to aid him too much at this point. It's just the flicks. He takes down NDG, but has no earthly idea as to where Borkum is positioned. And at this point, the spike probably going to go off, or at least not for Borkum to get a final kill. One more towards his orbital strike at the end.
I would have liked if used the salvos or a special delivery, you know, something to give him a little bit of time to get that spike, diffuse off to half at least. But very nice repositioning coming in from NDG there to catch him off guard. And Borkum just playing with what's in front of him. Tap of the spike and the swing. Very confident at that, and that's the first round, Quack. KDM. It's their name punched on the scoreboard. Flash out of the smoke. Oh my lord. Borkum's just gonna catch the a reflash in. Borkum and you're okay. We're here to play. Aware of that possibility, instantly shuts down that B-long aggression. Now, yes, I can. Lone defender here on this side. He's just gonna stand in front, right at the door. 0 points, great though. Spots him out, tags him through, but the flash through the smoke is perfect. And just like that, Quack, I mean, as fast as the round starts, it ends.
I have the spike.
Just given by nature of how positions were set up, I mean, Kadillaman tends to anticipate possible aggressive plays coming out from Fancy. I mean, they did similar things on Pearl as well. It's just a Fancy style, and sometimes it bites them in the back. This time, definitely with how Kadillaman were able to respond to it. Quick takes, just Fish Shield left to twiddle his thumbs and save for the upcoming round.
Yeah, not even a single point of damage taken at all. Yeah, it's literally flawless. Yeah, lovely stuff from Kadillaman being so aware of that kind of aggression, right? Fancy have been playing on a pace that was difficult for KDM to predict. This time a bit of a change in setup allows them to counteract that kind of aggression.
At least for the upcoming rounds, though. It's a 4-2 scoreline in the current moment, and there's still a chance for Kadillaman to continue to tie things up. Fancy, I'm not entirely sure what their upcoming buy is going to be like, but they are sitting on a couple of ultimates, possibly to aid them into retakes.
Yeah, great ults that they could use here for Kadillaman. They got to string one more round in a row, and that's going to break the economy of Fancy United. So, a lot riding on this one. Null command available for Yes I Can to deny that possibility, but he's got to stay alive. Kadillaman sets their sights towards this A side off the map. Contact play up.
Trying to set up for it. And as you mentioned, contact play comes with its risks. Yes I Can will be the first one on the board. The rest of the team in position as well. Despite the orbital strike being placed through, it doesn't quite do too much for Kadillaman, just perhaps garnering them a bit more space. Safe enough to get the spike down now, but the null command gets ripped by Yes I Can. Support coming in through with Vishio finding some line of sight in towards showers. Saturate tossed in to clear out lamps now. And it's more players from Kadillaman unfortunately dropping down like flies, and it's You're the only one left. Snakebite tossed, but unfortunately not deep enough. In fact, it's gonna be Fancy to stick onto the defuse all the way to the end of the round.
That's impressive from Fancy. Playing relatively passive. Damage was done onto, I think it was Twilight. Got stuck in the corner, but look at the utility. Saturate, I don't even think it hit, but still, the due diligence. It's the protocols that come into place for Fancy United again on this retake setup. They look perfect on Pearl. Looking to carry on that form here onto Bind. But at the same time, Kadillaman still have a couple of ults they could use. Yer didn't get a chance to use his Viper Spit. So you've got money to buy into this one. Atomics, Convergent Paths be pivotal here for a B-side take.
Well, at least trying to position in for it. Fancy though. Up around B long, anticipating pushes through the smokes. It's a poison cloud that gets set up. Dignified going up, hunting a little bit too early. Pulls out the weapon, not quite ready for the trade, and now it's Nia to push on for a second kill. Outside of Hookah, I think that's your only option now for Kadillaman.
That's so confusing. I mean, just walking through the smoke like that. Saturate is great for the follow-up as well. Trades on top of the site. But with a double man advantage that was given by Nia, a solo man down B long. You test him and he is way too proficient at understanding Kadillaman's tendencies. Dignified. The one to fall first, and he's yet to even get a single kill on the board, Quack.
Yeah, the convergent paths was used as well, Coldan. I mean, you're just throwing away good, valuable cards now at this point for
30
Kadillaman,
seconds left.
and Fancy is just happy to take all the advantages as well. Nia's continuing to wreak havoc. He's earned another convergent paths.
I mean, I don't get it, right? I mean, I would love to see the replay back. Maybe there's something that I missed, but
10 seconds
I'm not sure why there's no utility to get them out of the Viper's smoke.
Yeah,
Just
I have
feeding
no
kills
idea
to
either.
the raid boss.
Definitely odd. Perhaps just I don't know, wrong assumptions perhaps, but either way, it's 6-2 now in favor of Fancy.
Why are we just walking through? I don't get it.
Wait, Fancy, now they're going to be able to buy back up. I mean, they've already bought up. It doesn't even really matter too much at this point. It really starts to sink in that this first half for Kadillaman, they need to tighten things up. Otherwise, things are going to go even worse for the second.
Yeah, I would love a timeout, honestly. That seems like they're just gonna commit off the back of this one. Oh, what is this trap setup? A bunch of parts and the commitment from the TP. No one's there though. Kadillaman avoid all of this.
Nia still has an option to refract all the way back. He's gonna stick around though, especially with more support coming in from Yes I Can.
Spotted.
Confirms a singular position, but the rest of the team from Kadillaman has pushed all the way through outside of Baths. It's gonna be the Viper's Pit that gets set up. Perhaps a chance for Fisher to play around, but the rest of the team continuing to assert their dominance right on through into the back of spawn. Tomix gets one. You're hiding inside of the pit.
The pit gets them some space, but look at the spike plant. Kadillaman have positioned themselves perfectly so. All the way up and towards heaven. Fisher in his pit, in his world, but can't see a damn thing.
Borkum still has Incendiary as well, and now as soon as Fishio steps out, gets decapitated. A slight response, but running out of time. Fancy, unfortunately, lost their grip over this round. It's a nice recovery coming through from Kadillaman.
Fantastic mid-round calls coming in from Kadillaman, noting that there was heavy presence down mid, bit of a pincer setup with the ultimates, the convergent paths, as well as the orbital strike. But yeah, I don't know if Kadillaman had a good read or they were just playing passive enough to avoid all of that. I love the preemptiveness as well. Flash into spawn, play for the post-plant positions as it was planted for heaven and backside. Get away with 2 kills, or at least 2 players, but damage has been done. Round has been won. Kadillaman slow but steadily closing up this gap. And again we go, Quack. Look at the ultimates. It's still favoring Kadillaman. Even though the Viper's Pit so much was invested by Fancy again. They gotta test this A site.
Okay, 0 point nets quite a bit of value, but still it's Dimensional Drift ultimately that breaks all the way towards the back of lines, and now Fancy has to respond. Borkum, opening shot, view cute, Fishio, trying to play around the back of lamps. It's Salvos that gets some kills as well, but then the pit deployed to give Kadillaman even more space to work off of.
Big flank attempted by Borkum needs to be on the cards for this one. If he lets this slip, massive blunders might be on the cards here.
Nia looking for Borkum. Slowly pushing through and now revealed. Fishio as well though. Alongside Bucute, they're waiting for the right timing to push into the smokes, but unfortunately spotted out by NDG. 2 players inside the pit, and it just makes things all that much more difficult, unobtainable for Fancy. Despite the best efforts out from Nia, it's still not enough, and Kadillaman walk away with another round win, but not before Nia takes more players down.
I mean, you can find all the damage you want, right? Kadillaman at this point, at this stage, all they want are rounds, and that's everything they've been getting for the past couple of few. Look at the replay of this one. I mean, NDG within his pit, his teammates' pit, understanding, so aware that that is a very tempting spot to come through, playing with his Viper, available for the trade if required. Fancy. Yes, they get the trades on the side, but it's the pit that actually gives Kadillaman the space and the round.
It's just pretty darn impressive still, seeing how Kadillaman has the decisiveness to go in for some of these hits. I assume, again, called by NDG perhaps, but apart from that, yeah, we're still like Even with a slight like agent swaps, you know, it's still maybe a little bit lacking. Let's see if we can get Cadillaman up 6-6. But for now, it's Fancy calling in the timeout. They can still afford perhaps buys all the way towards the end of the first half.
And money is looking decent for Fancy, but you gotta be careful, right? Next round might have some repercussions, might leave you a little bit more wanting in terms of what you could buy in the next if you lose that. I want to focus back onto Dignified, right? This man, he was a menace on the first two maps. We need him to come alive. Yes, Cadillaman are getting rounds, but they can't keep up this pace without him.
It's absolutely true. Bear saying for sure. But what about this upcoming round, Cole, then?
All right, 4-player stack on the Fancy side here for this defense. Retake approach on the B side. They want to stop Cadillaman right in their tracks before they even get access towards A. They've got the open hands of Nia marking down showers. The rest of the 3 players anchored down the site itself.
0 point again. This time it's been broken. What they might not predict, though, Cadillaman, is the fact that it's an operator watching the tight angle. Clone to check makes it a little bit safer.
And it's still decent, right? You've still got 3 players, a Viper and 2 initiators here.
Straight on through. Just trying to clear as much space as possible, but Fancy stands and looks for the fight. Borkum able to trade, but now here comes Fisher and Nia. NDG, the sole survivor at the end of the entire exchange. Baits out Saturate, goes through the teleporter and looks to get the spike down, but does he have the right timing? Butte Cute, perhaps a little bit earlier than he might have anticipated, looks to hold out utility instead. Oh, it's just Nia through the teleporter with light speed.
Yeah, and the spam through the smoke. Didn't even need to see him. Understanding that is a very common post plant position, or is a common plant spot for a post plant. And look at this, the mow down at the front. Borkum does magic to find a double kill. Nia with the catch on showers. And puts his team up into an advantageous position. And the one to close it as well. Despite them knowing that the op is there, they just cannot get him off that angle. 14-4 is Nia. And he's gotta swap off of that op. Off of the Vandal instead. I don't think was able to retrieve it, so still have to rely on his aim. But he's been in this spot before, quite. We've seen it. Cadillaman set the sights in towards the B site. Lacking of weaponry and utility.
This makes things a lot more difficult as well. Fishio sets up the snake bite. Cadillaman looks for a bit more space, but they're all ultimately getting completely decayed. This might end with an 8-4 first half. One of these players hunting for an ace. Just your left to 5 HP and he backs off completely. No spike, nothing to retrieve.
That was incredible stuff coming in from Fancy. You can see that Fishio had his lineup, his Molly lineup all the way for B long. But once he heard the flash come in from Hookah, instantly pivots, drops it right at their feet. And BQ just feasts upon it. And they're trying to find the final player as well. Trying to get his teammate that very crucial ace. Oh,
30
not
seconds
that crucial,
left.
but you know.
They spotted him. They're calling for BQ. They're giving him his chance. Flash across. Oh, perhaps not the way they wanted, but they're just dumping everything to hunt for the last kill. Ah, there we go. An ace to complete it. Why not? 8-4 at the end of the first half, and Fancy primed perhaps to continue forward.
My god. Look at this adjustment. Instantly jump peaks, drops it down. BQ, double damage on every single one of them. And the ace to close. Shout out to his teammates. Fancy. This is excellent stuff coming in from them.
Yeah, especially Fishio. That was excellent team play. But either way, Colin, I mean, now we've come to the biggest problem of all, I guess. 4-8. I mean, we've seen Cadillaman kind of suffer at the hands of Trinity before on this map, but we need to see them showing us a little bit more. You still have Dignified, who is yet to really step up, I guess, in this map.
Yeah. Listen, we're not the kind of people to dog on players that are struggling mechanically in the server, just having a bad map. But I mean, a lot's on the line here, right? Cadillman, if they win this series, it sets them up really well to qualify for the next stage. But they've got to get this over the line. Dignified needs to come online somehow. A pep talk from NDG. I don't know. Something to get his morale up and just to believe in who he is, because we know what he's capable of. 0 and 10 is definitely not acceptable at this stage. We need him to come alive here on this defending side.
I think, yeah, like some kind of double digits, maybe 18 or something from the previous map, so this is a far cry from it. On to the defense, though, and this is what we've been talking about for the whole day. You've got that double duelist. It's a Yoru Waylay now, the best possible agents for you to be able to fish for something and then TP back.
Yep.
It's got to be all or not, but Fancy have other ideas. They always send it. Looking to send it into the A site now. Got the toxic screen to allow them for a possible entry in towards lamps. It's a pop flash. It's a dash. Just straight in. Nia tries to get the plant inside the smoke. Hello? It's not safe. NDG comes through. And Twilight out for the trade. Tries to step back in for a plant, but it's still burning at his feet. Maybe thinking to go through the teleporter at some point, but Dillman hovering around.
Great saturate, but no one's there to capitalize off of it, though. And a pause in the action. Cadillman have their resources stacked on the right side. Fancy, I want to go explore somewhere else. Yes, I can has that spike, hit it towards B. Let's see if Twilight can somehow find a pick. You know, they've kind of inserted him towards that A side, towards U-Haul. But as time ticks down low, Cadillman, they're gonna just spread out to a 2-and-2 setup. So regardless of which side you choose, you're gonna have to face up against a pretty decent defense.
You can't wait for the 0 point to come back up either. You've got 30 seconds left on the clock. So make some noise, perhaps allow for Twilight to find something, anything, come up with some sort of a flank. But ultimately, you need that spike to go down on B. Toxic Screen at this point is just poisonous. Tough for Fancy to push through.
Twilight's making noise. It's only
they
just
try to look back in
here.
for it.
10 seconds
Some
left.
noise right through the teleporter, but still the spike plant coming in. Managing to reset the timer. Now Cute pushes through his own team salvo. Finds more frags. Oh, and it's Tomix who gets gunned down. The only one left, Dignified. Do you have it? Set up the flash. Look for an isolated duel. He can't find the first. Steps onto the second. Oh, and it's good. 1v1. It's all written in the cards for you to clutch this up. Take this pistol, and Cadillman can go even further. But where could Twilight be? He's looking around, trying to tap and bait out the peak, but nothing's happening. Tries to go back on the spike, and he's running out of time at this point. Oh no! Twilight goes in for the kill, and Fancy take it home!
Twilight, the insurance policy, the final line of defense. All the time in these post plants. Fancy try to pull off some crazy stuff, a fast plant. But Cute there, knowing the win condition is to find an isolated 1v1, steps in his teammates' utility. Dignified tried his damn best. First 2 kills of the game. Almost there for the 1v1 clutch right at the end. But Twilight, the nerves of steel does not give him the fight he wants. And Fancy steal away around that should have been Cadillman's.
Just now, the worst thing in the world for Cadillman, because look at Fancy's buy, not giving up a single sliver. Everything bought up. Marshall, Outlaw, just to block off these lines as well. They try to take back the duels, and it's an unfortunate swing. You've lost all the advantages over this A site now, and it's possible for Fancy to commit the spike soon enough.
Fantastic utility coming in from Fancy. Spotted out where they're coming from. Clear them out as well. NDG with a pop flash and a pick, but guess what? Nia's already in the site.
One enemy remaining.
Slowly going through. Oh no. And NDG's just gunned down at the end as well. Spike planted over onto B. It's Tomix 1v4 with Classic.
Fancy, I mean, they will not lose NT Ecos, especially in the second round. They've always kept up majority of their numbers. And this round won't be any different.
Time for a
But cute with the triple kill. And, well, he already has his ultimate. Okay. That's fast.
Nia had his convergent pass in like what, round 3 or so, and now it's cute with it going. I mean, it's safe to say which team is has possession of momentum right now, and it just makes things that much more difficult for Cadell, man. I mean, orbital strike. What does that mean for the state of the game right now?
It's really useful for any side takes, right? Especially U-Haul. You don't really expect a Brimstone with such important, his ultimate so early on. Very, very crucial. Could convert this bonus and really swing the momentum in towards Fancy's favor. So a lot riding on this one. Kadillaman needs to try their best to avoid this bonus round win, especially considering the scoreline.
Fancy, though, anticipating potential aggression, just hangs back for the first few seconds, especially because they're working against a Yor. That said, however, Dignified, just relying on the good old trusty judge, this time back towards Truck. Looks for a possible surprise play around the smokes. He managed to take down Nia. And there we go. So Spike Planter dropped. Next player up, it's gonna be Yes I Can, who picks it up and backpedals.
Fantastic delay utility. Look at that. I mean, Bacute's in their spawn preparing a lineup already. Right? It's a set strat that they tried in the pistol, get their spike down, and then play with their post-plant utility that everyone has. Unfortunately, for Fancy, Kadillaman are just way too good at denying that spike from being planted. Second time in a row already.
30 seconds left.
Fancy have to reconsider their options, headed towards the weaker side. It's only just Yor.
Going up.
As you mentioned, lone player has to be good for at least 1 or 2. Now pinned down by the snake bite. But that's the one obstacle. You want to get that spike in. Orbital strike. It's got 10 seconds left. Does Fancy have it, or did they just overcook themselves? Oh my god, just in the nick of time. And they managed to save it. No, wait, they lost! I can't believe what I'm seeing. You can't just...
How many times have they lost a time quack? This is what, at least the 3rd time in this series alone.
I just... Can I rewind to when you were saying, oh, this team should be international, they do so well, well-oiled machine, but then we see this.
Yeah. Once Plan A has been derailed, it seems like they just look all out of sorts.
Oh, God. Well, at least they can continue to buy.
No plant, no idea, no clue. What do they have in store for us this time? It's weaker side, it's the right call. It's a full B split here.
Send it. It's just Nia. No refract back, unfortunately. He got caught by the judge, but still, Yes I Can. They're spamming through the smokes. You're getting caught down now, but NDG traded on through. Borkum chiming back into the fight. It's all Cadillman, full investment into defend, but no, Fishio makes quick work of them. It's down to the 1v1. Borkum out of the tube. He's low. Fancy go up to 11.
Alright, they just said to hell with it. We're rushing the side quack. It's what we know best. Look at the trees, just a brimstone flying out of the smoke. Every single one of them just flooding in. They set Fishio up, isolates the back 2 players, finds Borkum in the mid of the site. And a Fancy United, when things look dire, instead of backing off, they just go full sending it straight in. Money of massive concern for Kadillaman. They have nothing in this round. NDG, the only one with some sort of a weapon, a phantom in his hands, Stinger, Bucky, classics, pistols, all abound. Kadillaman needs to pull something out of the hat. It needs to be an impressive one to stave off 12 that could be on the board after this.
Not sure how they're going to be able to do it though, Coldan. Giving up a lot of space at this point. Quite passive positions as well, but just Borkum. Maybe looking for a CQB duel. Backs off onto site. No real information just yet, apart from just Tomix.
Gonna get bombarded with util quack. Again, it's the same strat. This time it's a bit of a different pathing from Nia. But where's the follow-up? The second layer of utility back off site. How do they deal with it? They won't. They'll just fall. One by one, dignified. Yes, he'll find one and get out of harm's way, but the spike will inevitably get planted. Oh, and Nia just runs straight in his face. Barrel stuffs dignified. This is surely 12 on the board, Quack.
Toxin screen down.
Undoubtedly. Player spotted as well. Maybe the only one you are, but he's got a bandit, Coldan.
Toxin screen down.
Ah, NDG. 2 versus 4 with Yor coming in on the back lines with just a pistol in his hands. The crossfire being set up.
One player
NDG
standing.
will creep on in. And on for the ace. Nia might look for it. Takes the teleport. NDG needs to save this weapon. He desperately needs to.
Yor? No. Nia? Okay, no, he's not hunting for the ace.
Alright. I wouldn't mind if he did. He's one of his ultimate. Either him or Twilight
Yeah.
could have gone for it, but regardless,
Match
he's keep 3
point.
players alive. Look at this. Unaware of this angle from Nia.
Last player standing.
I mean, I guess that's the thing that you have to do. If you repeatedly send it that many times, your opponents are conditioned to thinking that you're going to be at the same spot, but Nia just suddenly routes to a different point, has a
Yeah.
different line of sight.
I mean, again, it's the adaptations, right? Fancy realizing that, you know, getting that spike plant down isn't really much of an
Oh.
option. Oh my, timeout. That is down to the wire, Quack. 2 seconds left, we call a timeout.
Clutch. But yeah, time
The
out
best
for
clutch they've
Cadilla,
had
man.
so far in this match.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we've yet to see, you know, kind of what they can really cook up with this timeout. You've got Dimensional Drift possibly to work off of, but I mean, you really just need to kind of anticipate what Fancy might do at this point. There's quite a bit of pressure on your shoulders now as well because you're 5 to 12.
All right, I know it seems daunting, but Cadillama need to have a little bit of aggression somewhere. I know I've said this time and time again, but if you notice the last couple of rounds, Cadillama have given Fancy so much respect. They fight on the
right.
site itself, but I would love if they controlled, you know, Belong, Octagon, Showers, something of the sort. And then with that man advantage, they can do something. They can rotate off to bolster one of the sides. This time around, double player down towards Long. It's what official though, but
Emitting.
not much to confirm off the back of that. No aggression, despite my warnings. See what they have in store for us.
Drone going now.
Mid-round aggression towards Showers.
Not fully yet. Just confirming positioning for now, though. I mean, the timeout might have
There.
kind of sent in a bit of a pause to Fancy. They're not full sending it now. Although, at the same time, they have so much cushion.
Look at the ultimates, potential ultimates of Fancy. 3 of them are one-off. Surely we fight for one of the orbs somewhere.
It's gotta be Belong.
But it's
That's why it's
himself.
exactly heavy responsibility on this one player's shoulders. He gets fully blinded. No support, unfortunately, for NDG, but he manages to hold his own up towards Hookah. Goes in for the third. Sends out a guiding light, perhaps as well. Has a good reload and in for a bit of a crossfire alongside his team. Unbeknownst to them, though, it's Fishio right underneath of Hookah. Spotted out at the end, and that leaves Yes I Can just right around the corners, quickly danced upon by Dignified. Cadillaman again hanging by a thread.
Yeah, they get their own win. That's the main point, but it's based off of heroics. Look at this NDG. Double kill, breaks apart one end of that split.
Enemy remaining.
Buys enough time for his teammates to flood in towards the site. By hook or by crook. Yeah, your setups might not be the most ideal, but if you're able to find those multi-frags, at least you buy yourself a little bit of time. But time is that of the essence for Fancy as well, as they take their own time out. Assess what options they have. 4 ultimates. Fantastic at that, but the question is in
Might
terms
not
of the
be.
economy, right, Quack? Look at that. They don't have enough to
Yeah.
really purchase up. So I guess discussion. Should we go in for a buy this time, back ourselves and our ults? Or do we just go for a little bit more of a passive approach and maybe use those ults in a following round?
I mean, you got 6 rounds to come up with something. Yeah, there are options. I think the one thing that I really am thinking about is like, how much stock do we put in Fancy and their alts? 'Cause we've seen them fumble like 5 out rounds.
Yeah.
so I'm a little bit nervous for
Do you
the
think it's
upcoming rounds.
maybe it's telegraphed? Does Kadillaman call, like, realize the timeout, look at the scoreboard and see, hey, there are 4 alts, we've stopped this before. Fancy United are gonna do something similar here, just try to get the spike down and pay the post plans with those.
I know I'm supposed to be serious, but yeah, like, that actually might be what Kadillaman's thinking. Let's go full overtime now. Nia sends it in with the saturate. Oh, they managed to pinch onto NDG.
Beautiful.
The captain gone now for the Filipino squad.
Oh dear. It's a fantastic read. What was the issue in the round prior? It was NDG just finding a triple kill in hookah. So what's the call this time? We send in Nia, saturate him, Tejo, salvos just to kill him off without even needing to look at him. And now you found a man advantage with just 2 rifles.
Yeah, 2 rifles, a lot of sheriffs. But then again, it's Fancy. A lot of technically, mechanically proficient players. Look at the space being taken upon by Yor, though. I don't mind this positioning. Might be able to play around it as well. At the same time, Dignified arriving on the site. You've got post plant. No, not post plant. You've got the incendiary coming in to block off the plant. And they've managed to do just that. 30 seconds left, and Fancy starting to sweat under pressure. 0 point coming through, and that's where Yor starts to reveal himself. Double kill in. Twilight to try to stay alive and stave off this incoming aggression. He takes down another one. Viper's Pit coming out from the pocket. And the spike is down on the ground. 15 seconds. Twilight, it's an ace or nothing. His teammate's down. And with 10 seconds left to go, no bullets left. He charges in with a sheriff, picks up the spike, and tries to hope that he has a plant right around the corner of it. I think he should. No, not quite enough. Yor just saved this entire round for Kadillaman.
Again, this is what the 4th time that time itself becomes an issue for Fancy United. Man advantage, everything they could ask for. Big flank from Yor, finds a double kill. But it's the time, the Viper's Pit just buying enough for NDG, sorry, not NDG, for Kadillaman to steal away yet another round and give themselves another chance to survive in this map.
Okay, but how about now, Coldan? 3 ults, you're still sitting onto them. Kadillaman's able to buy up thanks to that previous one.
At least Fancy didn't invest all of it, so we got another shot at this round. You've got all the weapons you would want as well. Orbital Strike is great together with the Convergent Path on this Kadillaman side. Could be used to deny another spike plant. They've been doing so very successfully. Let's see if it's replicatable yet again.
Look at Kadillaman's positioning, though. I mean, it's very far off site. In fact, you've got Tomix all the way up from the top of heaven, maybe looking in towards showers. Oh, he's able to get at least one alongside Yor. But Nia's not backing down. Convergent Path sent. Orbital Strike as a response. Nia gets burnt to a crisp. And NDG begins to assert his position onto the side, but Fancy's prepared for it. Fishio coming in with the pit with a plant now. And it's just Borkum to try for a 1v3. Clutch or kick. He tries to make a slight move, but revealed at the end. Bukute right on the dot. Pulls the trigger, and Fancy take the entire series away.
Slight adjustment coming in for Fancy yet again. Minute details, but their pathing slightly different in the final round nets them the crucial, important round win right at the final hurdle. And they'll stay alive, Quack. At least for the time being here in Challenger Southeast Asia. A tough battle. Kadillaman gave them a run for their money. Bought them, at least gave themselves a pretty damn good try, but Fancy was just too proficient in their setups. Too perfect with their utility. And that results, that leads us to a 2-1 scoreline here. Fancy United looking the beast that they were meant to be.
I think if there's any way to kind of sum up what we've seen from Fancy United today, that would be the phrase. The beast that they were meant to be. Emphasis on meant. There's so much potential here. You can definitely see it. The way that they just send it, their side execs can be so incredibly strong. That said, though, despite this win, it's not the cleanest of takes. It's not the cleanest rounds. Rounds where they should be winning. They have these ults, but they're not able to convert it to whatever reason. You know, sometimes it's things being disconnected. Sometimes it's overcooking. Sometimes it's, well, cooking your own teammate in an effort to save their lives, but then you just don't have enough time to get the spike down. Like, we've seen that so much today.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to give props to Fancy, right? Their setups, the ideas that they have off of round starts, right? Just to kick things off, instantly dash in, get that spike planted, play for the post plant. Those are great. But when it comes to adapting on the fly mid-round, that's where Fancy struggled a little bit. That's where Kadillaman was a little bit better. But at the end of the day, I think Fancy just very comfortable with their teammates. And yeah, the utility was just really on point when they got those pieces lined up together.
Yeah, it's a good point at the end of the day. I mean, a win's a win. We would love to see more adaptations coming through, but nonetheless, Fancy will stand at the end of this group with 1 win and 1 loss for now. And then they just kind of have to hope for the best to see if they actually do get to secure, you know, maybe a 2nd seed or so. Otherwise, it's Kadillaman's turn to kind of play for the next spot. Kadillaman today, I mean, any thoughts on their performance so far?
It's good signs, albeit, you know, it would be best if they won here, obviously, for them. But I did like some of the mid-roundings coming through, NDG, with some solid calls here and there. But at the same time, I think they could definitely be sharpening up in terms of the team synergy, right? Something that Fancy have been proving to be really strong in. And of course, MVP of the match has to go to Nia. I mean, he was, as you mentioned, since the start of the day, right? The tip of the spear, the one to go in, find the opening fights. And he's done so to perfection here today.
Definitely there overall, especially if he's not disabled by his opponents. Up against 555 is a whole different thing. But today, we got to see Fancy United put their best foot forward. That's what we hope to see more from them, at least. But for now, Kadillaman, I mean, I think one other pain point that I would have is you want to see those double duelists, right? You talked about the composition, you talked about being proactive. We start to see some of it, but still kind of lacking here and there as well. So hopefully more to come from both these teams at least. It's the full path to champions here at VALORANT Challengers Southeast Asia Group C for now. It's I don't know. It's been fun. It's been a bit frustrating sometimes to see how some of these rounds play out, but it's very lovely. It's messy. It's mucky.
It's Southeast Asia.
It's Southeast Asia, and it's a lot of talent. It's a lot of talent for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was close today, and I think it just speaks to the proficiency of both of these teams. Kadillaman, right, taking down Fancy's best map, and then, you know, having a decent start to the 3rd map, but I think towards the end, Fancy was just a little bit too clutch in some of those situations. It was honestly just waiting for Fancy to make those mistakes, but still, a great showing for both of these teams, and that is the conclusion for the first series of the day. Quack, we're gonna go for a short little break, and when we come back, it's gonna be the 2nd series. Very interesting stuff. You guys definitely do not want to miss more action here at Challengers Southeast Asia. So we'll see you guys after this short break.
Fun times here in Valorant Challengers Southeast Asia. I believe this is like day 3 overall, if I'm not wrong. We've replaced Tash and Ref, the more superior casters here. Hey, I'm Quack, alongside Koldan. I'm kidding. Jokes aside, yes, we just finished Fancy United versus Kadillaman. That was a chaotic, fun mess. We're moving on to that too. What could potentially be even more chaotic and more fun, right, Koldan? Another Thai versus Vietnamese team, but this time slightly different seeds coming in to face off against one another.
Yeah, I mean, fun is one way to put it. I think we will be having a lot of moments here today, and I do hope so. But yeah, Sharper Esports versus For Shurima. This one is gonna be an interesting one, right? For Shurima didn't have the best showing the last time we saw them. Meanwhile, this is gonna be the debut for this new Sharper Esports roster here in Southeast Asia. It's a bit of a mix, right? We've got former Sharper Esports players, we've got former Full Sense players now merged together. Is this the new Thai superstar team? You know, that's the question on everyone's minds. We'll have to wait and see, you know, if they can pull it off here today.
I think they were meant to be, right? Like that's the whole idea. You know, it's the ex Full Sense sort of, but Full Sense is now in Pacific. So you merge them with PTC, Kadoom, players who have been around the block. I mean, not just around the block. PTC back in Ascension 25, he was with Naux. He was doing huge things as the Cypher there. But at the same time, I mean, when you put these guys together, you expect greatness. But as you can see on your screen, that's Thai team number 2. They did not get the first seed. What happened there, Koldan?
Well, Endoist kind of happened, right? He had an incredible series, but again, it might have been a little bit of the rematch clause, I'd like to say, right? Because Sharper Esports, they did beat 555 in the Thai qualifier, but in the grand finals, there's actually 555, which actually showed up incredibly well. Took that series win over them, 3-1, but on the other side of the pond, right, we've got For Shurima. Right? We saw their brethren earlier on in the day, Fancy United, already walking away with a victory in their pocket. Now, can the number 2 seed from Vietnam do the same here? We've got Ting, Husei, Her, Min, as well as Cruz up on deck.
Yeah, I mean, just to follow along that line of what we saw with Fancy United, the thing about this team is their opening game, we didn't really see too much. Yes, I guess one of the highlights could be Ting, the sole duelist of the team. Does pull off some... Oh wait, he's not the sole duelist. They do have a secondary one. But, you know, he does come with the Waylay or the Yoru at times. But apart from that, it's still kind of lackluster. They did lose their opening game, and that means they've got that one last life left in this group. If they lose this game, that's, you pack up your bags. You know, you just lost to Oasis, you lost to Sharper.
Yeah, it's a very tall order here up against a very strong team from a very strong region. The Thais have been so dominant in Southeast Asia ever since last year. I mean, Full Sense going into Pacific, going on a crazy run that you witnessed yourself, right, in kickoff. So what more can be said about the region that they are from, right? There's so many good players there. You know, it's a matter of time before, you know, another super team is going to get formed, and, you know, this could be the start of something, right? We've got really good players with good fundamentals. And yeah, in the form of Sharper Esports, former Full Sense teammates, really looking to put a name for themselves and get off to a good start here today.
Yeah, I mean, all teams vying for that one path to champions, and I'm just kind of like scrolling through my notes as well just to try to think of things to say, but that's the thing. For Shurima, just okay, they did consistently kind of make it through the Vietnamese qualifier. That's why they're number 2, but apart from that, it feels like they're a far cry from what Fancy United is. And if they're a far cry from that, then how much can they really compare to a team like Sharper? I mean, obviously we do kind of have the map veto right now. I don't know. There are some things to be said about this map veto. Do you have any thoughts?
Breeze is going to be an interesting one, right? Because this is the pick off for Shurima. Yes, they did have a pretty good record up until they faced Oasis, right? And then they lost 4-13. Right? So hard to say if this map is too good for them, right? You're comparing regional matchups versus the teams in Southeast Asia. Very big difference, very big skill gap. Second map is going to be Pearl. That's the pick of Sharper Esports, and It's a map that they're pretty confident on. Not the most dominant one, not the most played map that they've had, but if there's something that they're confident in, I think just all power to them. Go ahead, split as the final decider. Also, another decent map for both of these squads. Got some reps on it, but again, that loss up against Oasis, 4-13 as well for Shurima. Couple of big, how should I say it? Stains on their record.
Wow, that's a very diplomatic way to actually put it. I respect that.
How would you have said it?
I think I would say that looks like a disgusting black spot on their record. No, I'm kidding. No, that's too harsh. Koldan baited me into doing that. It's his fault. I can't believe you made me do that.
Man. Speaking of the ruthlessness, let's take a look at our predictions. Actually, I do believe we have a similar prediction. And
we should pull up the other one actually. The one with everyone's prediction.
Everyone's prediction? Yeah.
Everyone went for Sharper.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you're for Shurima, now's the time to prove us wrong.
Absolutely.
Right? We've had something before where every one of all 10 talent, it's actually kind of crazy that we have 10, but yes, all 10 of our talents predicted that Motive was going to win. Trinity pulled off a massive upset, proved all of us wrong, and there's another chance here for Shurima to just flip a switch. Maybe they're just having an off day, maybe we underestimated them, right?
Yeah,
Give them due credit.
I think the one thing that I can and will say for Shurima is, we don't want to fully underestimate them. I think they are definitely kind of a wild card coming into this tournament. We do respect, the Vietnamese scene, and we want to see what they're capable of. But at the same time, when you go into a map like Breeze, they're the ones who picked it. Yeah, they didn't have the best performance, but Sharper hasn't displayed Breeze as of late. So this could be a big question mark. And if Fortune may actually show us that their reps will give them the performance that they're looking for, then this would be the time to do so. I mean, they are a team that's capable of pushing Fancy United somewhat. I mean, okay, this is very puzzling to look at. This is what I was thinking when I was looking through the whole thing, their grand final against Fancy last night. They start off bind 11-1. Like, this is a team that's capable of kind of steamrolling 11-1 in a first half against Fancy United. We just saw Fancy United's bind. It was pretty good. And Fortune was capable of taking them down 11-1. If they can do the same thing here on Breeze, that would be great. The other thing is also that after they went 11-1, they kind of choked it. They went 12-9.
Yeah, Quack. I see that you're trying. You're trying to give me some sauce here, but the sauce is in a bowl with a big hole in it. Right? It's just spilling out the other end, and we're not gonna be able to taste much of it. Maybe just lick the remains off, and it's for Shurima gonna be in that kind of position where they have that potential, they have that sauce in them, but they fumble the bag. Right? That is the question here for them. Can Shurima prove us all wrong, or is Sharper really that force to be reckoned with?
Well, Shurima at least trying to switch that up for us. At least Min previously onto the Yoru with Ting on the Waylay. This time they've swapped things around. Ting is the Yoru this time, Min as the Neon. So curious to see how that will perform and play out. But for now, Sharper on the attacking side, 4-1 split across the map.
Swap of the duelists, but oh man, still the same shots being landed. Kadoom with it opening. Cruz answers back onto Furious. They're just gonna bum rush in towards this B side. Oh, the commotion being heard for, but her gets marked. Min on the side itself, 28 HP, goes and swings in for more. That is daring. Opinion will punish. Man advantage for Sharper.
Daring was right. He was alone, but he tried anyway. Unfortunately, not able to come up with much despite his opponents being low HP, so we'll still see, because there's a big fight coming ahead of Shurima on this retake. Perhaps stars, perhaps shock darts, but they're not able to pull it out in time. And then BTC to reveal himself at the end. A slight lurk up towards top mid. It's Sharper coming away with the pistol whip.
A lovely macro play coming in from Sharper, expecting the push. waiting for the double duelists to give them that fight. Bit of a bait and switch here on the A site. And yeah, PTC, that backline of defense playing that sentinel role on the Viper. Comes in for the wraparound through mid as well. So just gonna seal the deal on this one. Not expecting him in that advanced position. Sharper, clean round to kick things off as get into the second round. 2 Vandals being purchased up on the Sharper side with a Guardian as well. So looking to carry forward this into the next round probably. Or S. Daring attempt there by Ting.
Again, daring. Players going down here and there, but at least they have information now. Still, though, trying to work around it is the other obstacle. Trying to push all the way through the smokes. Once again, spotted out. Sharper is a disciplined team for the time being. They will hang around and they'll look to regroup towards B.
Yeah, great information being spotted out for, and they're just gonna consolidate their forces. Drone to come in towards the site. Wall to come up. But just yet though.
Perhaps not too much. Just trying to go in with an approach through, but oh, double dink from her. All of a sudden, wants to go in to retrieve the weapon, but unfortunately, team plays come through from Sharper. Arpinia still able to collect upon hits. Cruz answers back with a sheriff shot. Split angles now for Sharper to look out for.
Last player standing.
Oh, doesn't
Backside
matter.
pun is great. Yusei spotted out as well. Not even gonna give him that opportunity. Long range Furious will take him down 2-0. Sharper, pretty solid second round coming in from them. I'm not sure what this flash through the wall is from Ting. That's again very daring, very bold, very 4S-esque. Again, Sharper with the better, with the better protocols in place. You get what I was going for?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't have been too bad if they went in as a group
Together.
and then, yeah, but he was alone.
The problem
so
was that isolation by himself.
not too sure. But we shall see, as now they have their full buy. Control over shop and starting to push in a little bit deeper as well. They've got a nice, neat little one-way to work off of, and an off angle if Husei stays around the corner.
Drone should be able to spot a couple of these.
Yeah, that's gonna be
It's
really
committed.
strong as well. Spotted out now, and then the wall banks coming in bit by bit. Husei not able to secure even one. Sharper with full control. They pick up the orb. Okay, the leader shock dart as well, though.
A little bit worse for wear, but still alive and holding onto their map control. 4S, do you want to reclear this? They're all kind of poised up for it.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, maybe Kadoom's just the only one who's like pinned down, but the team has that crossfire to support it. Ting, no util, it's just a dry check. Gate crashes back. Oof.
Horrible info, very fake info, Quack. They're all just outside of B. Ting does not fully clear the corners, and as the wall comes up, so does Sharper.
Uh-oh.
30
Yeah,
seconds
you're absolutely
left.
right. And this kill is just going to cement the falsity of the fake B hit as well. Everyone's starting to move away. It's just Cruz hovering around. He's alone, cold. At least takes away the recon, but now he's feeling the incoming threat of so many players breathing down his neck. Not to mention Furious, previously known as Sephiroth, by the way. Just all the way out towards middle. Brings out at the wrong time, and it could spell worse than doom for Shurima. Her just trying, but nonetheless getting picked up bit by bit. It's Sharper fully converting round to round.
Honestly, I respect the respect that Sharper Esports are giving for Shurima. They are just being toyed around with, Quack. You're pulled around like dolls on a string. Sharper Esports with a beautiful macro play to get themselves situated in towards that A site and converts that bonus round as well. Let's see what they have in store for us as we head over to the anti-eco, right? Just a couple of sheriffs in the hands of 4S. Heavy stack towards that B site, but as always, Sharper is going to take their time to default around this map.
My man Min thought about Bucky, but swapped over to a sheriff instead. He kind of indicates to us that, this is the intention. You want to play safer instead.
Here.
Maybe try to get a good read for how Sharper tends to play. I mean, I believe this might be their first time facing off against each other, perhaps on an official setting. Sharper as well, this is their first time we're seeing them in the group stage for Challenger Southeast Asia. And if they are able to string together wins like this, it's just gonna give us that much more confidence in how this supposed Thai super team is meant to be.
Yeah, if you thought that, you know, Fancy United were diligent in their defaults and playing slow and passive, well, you're up against the final boss of that right now. Sharper Esports, they're doing their due diligence at literally every single corner. And just as I say that, Min's gonna catch that frag in, incites the push in towards this side.
Toxin screen down.
Jinxed it. But no, look at this. I mean, you still got the rest of the team here to follow up.
30
Despite it being Sheriffs and Bandits, though. Uh-oh. No. Furious, what have you done? Now it's just Laz and Arpinia trying to hold off against incoming players. Dispatched up the Neon. Down goes Tig. And Arpinia hunts down the final one as well. It's an empty eco, but they almost lost that.
Oh god, alright, got dicey, but still Sharper. Their defaults are great, but their aim is even better. Nice shots from 4S to keep things competitive. But Arpinia
enemy remaining.
left in a lone corner, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and well, he takes the difficult way out. Hands them a triple kill. That's 4 rounds in the bot. Oh, timeout?
Yeah, we do
Little
see
tease
the timer
there.
be paused. Uh-oh. Different timeout. We were doing pretty good today. No, actually, no, we did have 1 or 2 in the previous series.
I think it was the UI stuff, so no one's fault. Everyone's PC. It's okay. It's okay. But
Nonetheless. Hey, it's gone. It's really
all right,
fast.
we just needed to like, well, not talk smack at it a little bit.
Talk smack at it.
Let them know who's boss. And right now, Sharper are the boss of this server. 5 rounds potentially on the cards here. It's a full buy round with both these squads. Full force attempt here for Sharper is on the correct site that they've gambled on. It's only just Yusei left alone to anchor this.
Especially with what they've seen from the previous rounds. I mean, why would 4S kind of run the same thing again and again? Unfortunately, it hurts them, of course. So, possible spike plant pretty soon, but
Take flight.
not the full commitment just yet either. I mean, take a look at this. They're hovering around. It's the rotations that have come across, and unfortunately, Furious getting gunned down. Kadoom, not quite sure what he's really looking for because the rest of the team are all slowly falling bit by bit. It's the long-range duels, Cruz, huge double, and then for her to take down the last.
Okay. That's more like it from 4S. It's the first round on the board, and potentially Sharper playing a little too perfect. You know, they tried to call a bit of a pause.
Spike down.
Kind of hope that 4S make a mistake. Instead, it's 4S to be hyper aware of the player down towards mid, chop down one of the sharpest players within the site itself, coming in with a very nice retake. So instantly gonna shut down that streak of 4. And at first on the board, a couple ultimates on the cards as well. Her one off the Viper Spirit Cruise, under 3 available. Playing Spike, denying Spike sticks. And what is this coming through? Hunter's Fury bolts fly on both sides.
There they are.
He did manage to somewhat gate crash away though, so still off for a slight reset. We're back to square one, but the rotation's going all the way through over onto the A side because of it as well. And it's the right call, the right read. Tig, Yusei being able to gun down the SP players as they try to trudge forward.
remaining.
Now the next one going down as well. Fantastic coming through from Forshirima.
Ooh, a little bit of an overcook coming in from Sharper Esports. They tried to pull a little bit of a fake down towards B, but it's playing disruptive, the name of 4S's game. It's only just Kadoom's, barely on any HP, should be able to find her. I said should, because he gets the perfect timing back towards the site.
Yeah, and at this point the round's pretty much gone as well. Low health, no true way to isolate the duels with the spike. The main objective gone with the wind.
30 seconds left.
So really begs the question, you know, what kind of went wrong with Sharper Esports for the past couple of rounds?
I think trying to just play too perfect, right? This is a gun game. You get shot, you die. So, at the end of the day, 4S just landing some really nice shots. It gets the confidence flowing. And to be honest, I would just like Sharper to play a little bit more simple. I know it sounds a bit weird, right? You want to try to play ideal Valorant, but sometimes just keeping things simple, going for trades is the name of the game there. Try to pull a little bit of a fake down towards that B site, but instead they walk in towards a pretty stacked site on A.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, especially when you're on a map like Breeze as well. Unfortunately, though, I mean, you've got Furious, you've got Arpinia, and they need to kind of do a little bit more with their utility as well. At the same time, it does come down to PTC's calling. But for now, we're back into it. Slight default being played with 4 members from Forshirima. Slowly pushing down into the A site. Of course, one of them being Ting, the Yoru. Goes out to clear for the gate crash back.
Fantastic information. Now they know that it's very unlikely to be an A site commit, at least for the time being. Send more players towards B, but Sharper, they've not moved either. They're just going to re-clear the A main space that they just lost with the Owl drone. They've pushed up towards mid as well. Ensure that 4S have not pushed up close on any of these deep angles, and they can still make a call from here to go either of these sites.
Right. Potential to commit the spike still, but uh-oh. I mean, Forshirima, quite aware. You still have those 2 players planted firmly within the A site, and Cruz being one of them. Put some numbers on the board. Still watching the angle. I don't know if this A split is what Sharper wants to continue to commit for, but they do try, and that's where they will feel that sting. Kadoom on the off angle, though. Looks to bring things back, but has to back off. Unfortunately, just not enough space to really commit to it. 30 seconds, and now they pick up the spike and head over onto B.
Get out of my way.
Only defender here is her shield. Oh, he'll try his best. Lightning Fingers coming from the backlines, though. It's going to catch him off guard. 15 seconds. The Neon Zero does not clear the close angle. Laz will best him. Camera spot of the last player as well. Save plant. Will give Cruz an opportunity. 1 versus 2 on the cards as he wraps around, but there's a Cypher tripwire there, so his position surely and duly will be noted. Instant headshot found by Furious. A tap. And that's all they require here. 5 rounds on the ball for Sharper. Again, stave off what could have been a rather disastrous round.
Yeah, rather pretty and clean on the final few as well. I mean, thanks to that, this one little hold by Kadoom, you had Laz in with the neural theft as well, which revealed her position. Oh my god. Pronouns, huh, cool then. But ultimately, yeah, this is what we love to see from Sharper, being able to bring things back in. But you definitely can tell that there are sharpshooters on the side of Forshirima.
Definitely so. A couple of great ultimates that 4S now have in tow for a potential retake setup. Hyper's Pit available if they feel any pressure towards the B site. Rotator in the form of mid. Gonna try to back up and defend the top mid position. Again, Sharper love to prod down towards this mid spot. Drone surely spot out Opinia.
Chip away at your opponent's utility a little bit. Come in back and forth. Try to spot them and find some picks here and there as well. But look at Forshirima not truly budging around it whatsoever. Until Cruz comes through with a shot down. Shuckers ever against Kadoom.
A little bit lackadaisical on the first to give away that opening kill, but answered right back by Opinia. Teleport committed by the Yoru, and oh my lord, Opinia's hearing all of this.
Prime position to strike back, but unfortunately a little bit lacking behind the trigger.
I'm out.
So once again, it's Forshirima in the driver's seat, taking more initiative as they continue to investigate right out to at the outskirts of B. Another player down, this time the spike's gone. Forshirima taking these strong 1v1s against Sharper Esports, letting them know what's up.
In one round, Sharper looks like the best team in the world. So patient, so diligent, clearing angles, and then the other, they look like they have no direction whatsoever. So very, very
30 seconds left.
interesting back and forth. A very curious dynamic. Let's just phrase it as that. Sharper just need to tighten things up, right? They need to make sure that these gaps do not exist. Why are we walking to a smoke with our knives out? Why are we just walking up contact play, giving our opponents 1v1s?
I really love that. Oh, LeBron threw an air ball. Ooh, that's really interesting. I mean, it's
One way to put it.
It's a real statement sometimes, and we're kind of seeing it right now as well, but it is an eco after all. That said, though, Apinia will be able to fire back and now trying to retrieve whatever is possible. Toxic screen set up, but disrespected by Forshirima. Apinia still able to withstand it. Kadoof in with the frenzy, sending some warning shots as well, but lo and behold, it's PTC on a slight lark, taking down yet another player. All of a sudden, it's a 2v4, and Ting is low as heck. Not quite able to use the dimensional drift to the best of his ability.
Yeah, and in this round, Sharper looks like one of the best teams in the world. Somehow convert what should have been an easy anti-eco round for 4S. Sharper just take that momentum in their stead after finding that first opening kill. It's a beautiful flood in towards the side, dynamic as well. They find the pick down towards mid. And PTC has always been a nuisance for that, lurking around this map, and 4S don't know what hit him. But hit him real hard in the head, and that's the B side lost.
Quick as ever. Now you've doubled up against your opponent's score. One more to secure an effective lead for the second half if Sharper do take it. Ooh. Oh, they took down Ting as well. No gun for the upcoming round.
Look at this. Okay, her in the middle of sight. Good trade coming through. They try to slide through the cage.
Right.
It's always 2 or 3 players of Sharper there at the initial contact, finding those trade frags. It's a little bit of a pace change, right? Because Sharper plays so slow, you know, for the past couple of rounds. 4S caught off guard, but surely this time they won't. Still, with a couple of great ultimates to their name, her is still got the Viper Spit. He might just use it here. No. Just yet. Initial control, give it over back to Sharper. Very persistent in picking up that ultimate orb, and they can go back and explore the rest of the map.
Yeah, it's such a strong point. You got alts that you're building up towards as well, not to mention dimensional drift that you can use to be a catalyst for a singular site. I believe that's what they are trying to angle towards on this B push.
Get the Sova, his ultimate orb. You've got the dimensional drift from Furious. Oh, did not spot out the Viper though. Big oversight potentially.
Okay. At least the rest of the team is still somewhat aware. We'll be able to clear out her, but Ting managing to find one all the way through from tunnel. Now you've really got to watch out for potential Yoru. Oh, but he gets digged straight through the toxic screen. 3 left from Forshirima, and they will still make an attempt. Trying to push through from the arches themselves, while Hussein looks for an alternate entry point out from tunnel. Still though, look at Sharper's positioning. Not revealing, not exposing too much, just luring Forshirima into lethal range. First point of contact goes, and that's one on an off angle. A second one down, and now it's Furious is starting to trade. PTC to finish. Sharper will secure the lead out for the second half.
Yeah, fantastic work from Sharper there to consolidate all their players within the site. Get a nice pick off the player within it, and then there's just too many angles, right? 4 players defending it. The trades are lovely from Sharper. And 4S, again, left scratching their hits. Seems like Sharper has really tightened things up. They're committing, you know, without overthinking the rotations. This time around should be another easy round for them. And at this point, I've mentioned that 4S have got a lot of ults. They still have a lot of ults. They still haven't used those ults. I need to see a Viper's Pit now. Because next round's the last round of the half. Can't hold on to that for the next half. And there goes Viper's Pit.
Gone. Just floating away.
I'm sorry, like, why aren't we buying a shotgun and Viper's Pitting here or something? On one of these rounds? You're just lone defender and B, you might as well use the pit.
Like, it would be the round, right? Especially if you're on an eco, best chance to try it anyway, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Either way, the rest of the team now kind of spreading themselves all across, thinking that there might be a B hit still. But Min's calling it to them that he's not seeing too much. So 3 still up towards A. But with the guns that they do have, I mean, these Guardians really will have to land their mark. Otherwise, it's going to go by the wayside, fall by the wayside.
A good scan with the dart might be great here. Find a couple of shots as they execute in. And they got all 4 players here, Quack.
Pushing through, the dart was sent.
30 seconds left.
Maybe a little bit late. Sharkbird just managed to dig deep. They're anticipating this fight. Kadoom's prepared for it. Not slowing down anytime soon. He sets up the tailwind and goes even.